But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to wake up. Good morning.
Hi. My mic, yeah, there it is.
Your mic is working, Anthony. Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, was I
A
away?
little respite. A
Yes.
one-day respite for Anthony.
Yes. How is everybody?
I'm tired today. Real
Are you a
tired.
little snoozy?
I had to go down to Philly and back in one day. That's always fun after doing the radio show.
You're like a drug mule these days. Just back and forth.
Yeah. That's what you do when you marry an out-of-stater.
Oh, yeah?
Got stuff to do in the city you're going to be married in.
Yikes.
At least you picked a girl from Pennsylvania, which is smart. You didn't go with, like, Oregon or
Imagine that.
South
Can you
Dakota.
imagine that?
On these 5-hour flights each way.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do after doing a radio show is get on a train and go somewhere.
Yeah.
All you want is your bed for anywhere from a half hour to 2 hours. Just a little nap.
6 hours.
6 hours, whatever, sure.
Whatever you need at the moment.
Instead, you're on a choo-choo train. Choo-choo. They don't choo-choo anymore, though.
No, they make very loud noises.
Were we alive for the choo-choo?
Yeah.
Choo-choo.
I remember choo-choo when I lived near the train station.
Yeah?
Yeah, lots of choo-choo.
When did choo-choo go away?
I don't know. Then it just turned into...
Yeah. The good old days, it was choo-choo.
Yeah.
You can hear that as you're falling asleep at night.
Yeah, way far away.
Choo-choo.
It's always weird. It's like, I don't even live near the train. Why
Right.
am I hearing this?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't live close to the Green Lawn Station, but man, I heard that choo-choo. Choo-choo. Now, like you said.
That's because idiots decided they wanted to drive around the little gates.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
So we got to make sure we save the idiots.
Yeah,
That's what-
save the idiots.
We are so dumb as humans. Stop
what we
saving
do.
the idiots.
That's why we end up having a dumb country, because we save the idiots, and they seem to keep reproducing.
There was a guy, speaking of save the idiots, there's two things. I got two quick train stories. When I was leaving Penn Station around 8:30 last night, it was an all-day thing. Hence, very tired today. Getting ready to go up the escalator. There's a homeless guy.
Of course.
No shoes. And it's getting kind of cold here in New York. I know that it's colder in other places. No shoes. No pants. Boxer shorts on. Completely out of his mind. Hair askew. His hands looked like they didn't really work. So he had a bagel on the handrail or just off the handrail of the escalator.
Yeah.
And he was staring at it. And then every once in a while he would peck at it.
Like a bird?
Yeah, and he was eating like that as people were trying to use the escalator.
Just hit him over the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
You know.
And his misery.
But someone would try to make his life better. I say stop saving the idiots.
Yeah. Please.
And then,
You better get them cream cheese.
right. And
You
then,
did say bagel, right?
huh?
You did say bagel.
Yeah, it was a bagel. And it was just like sloppy wet, and there was just pieces, and he was just pecking away. Every once in a while, he would just he would stare at it. I guess he was deciding where he was going to bite it
Is he
next.
a bird?
I don't know.
Did he give it that weird sideways look that birds do?
Yes, he had that weird look like he was staring at it. And it must be nice. That's the only thing you have to worry about is where to bite the bagel.
I don't think that's probably nice.
Where you have no pants on, no socks, no shoes.
No dice.
Your only worry is to just nip away at a bagel as people are trying to use the escalator.
Sounds like he's living the life of Riley.
Yeah. And then in Philly, you think this was a scam? Some young drug addict comes up to me and I go, I don't have any money. Right? That's
Yeah.
what you do because you don't want to deal. You don't want to get in a conversation. I don't have any money.
Yell, grunt, groan, whatever it takes.
And he goes, actually, I'm not looking for money. I need to use your cell phone and make a phone call.
Get out of here.
Now, what do you think would have happened if I handed him the cell phone?
A couple of things. He takes off running.
Oh, I would have killed him.
He takes off running. Well,
I was in no mood.
Let me ask you a little question.
Yeah.
Did he look like the kind of guy that could probably out-sprint you?
Hell no.
No?
Hell no.
Why?
Division III cross-country runner.
Look,
Cheers.
Look. No.
What?
I don't think you're understanding my question.
Cheers.
Did he look like the type of guy that could probably outrun you?
He wasn't black.
Oh, I didn't get to that. I just
He
meant,
wasn't
did
black.
Did he have lean, muscular legs?
He wasn't black. He was a young white kid that, I don't know, mommy and daddy didn't pay attention to him or something.
All right. What was his thing that he said he had to use your cell phone for?
He's like stuck at the train station and needs to make a phone call. I'm like, no, you're not taking my phone, my phone and running off with it.
Yeah.
How much can you get for a BlackBerry that's about 6 to 8 months old?
I don't know.
A few bucks on the black market? Because he wasn't going to give it back. I'm not stupid.
Maybe he'd dial, like, a friend's number, and then your number would show up, and somehow he'd figure out some way to screw you over.
Oh, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah.
And then then he decides he's all dejected. He sits sort of next to me, and I'm waiting for a train for 15 minutes. And then I get up. I'm like, I guess that phone call wasn't too important. You didn't ask anyone else, did you now? Have a nice day.
Yeah.
There's cops, everything, It's like, all right. Why don't you ask a cop if you, quote, need to make a phone call? I'm sure he'll lend you his.
A lot of assistance there. If
Right.
you need a phone. Oh, God, people.
He probably did just need to make a phone call, but it's like in this world, it's like too bad. You know what? No one trusts anyone.
No, there was a scam going on. He wasn't right. It wasn't like it was a young, clean-cut college kid
Yeah.
with a nice little, like, university sweatshirt on. This guy was a mess. Actually, my girl felt sorry for him. Like, don't feel sorry for him. We can't save the idiots anymore. Real good people are out of work. So let's stop saving the idiots. Everyone's losing their jobs out there. So guess what? The idiots have to take a back seat.
It's our fault, too, I guess.
Huh?
What
do you mean?
I just heard it's our fault that people are losing their jobs.
Oh, yeah. If you want to get into it,
Dude, I want to hear what it was said.
if you want to get into it, no problem.
I'd love to get into
because
it. I want to hear what was said.
I want to make
then I want to hear from somebody else that maybe we should shut up, and then I could tell that piece of crap, lying sack of crap, to shut up also.
I want to make it perfectly clear I'm following your lead. Because I guess I'm the loose cannon around here. So we're following Anthony's lead on this.
I just want to know.
Anthony's lead.
Just want to know what the story was.
Well, Steve Freed was let go from this fine radio station, this fine company. Friday was his last day.
Was his last little day.
I don't know all the details, but it didn't sound good. No. I'll tell you that much. 41 years of service, a couple years away from retirement. He was an engineer that was here for 41 years.
Yeah.
And the company let him go. Whatever. The company has to do what they have to do. I don't even question that because I know how crappy this business has become.
Yep.
I've heard that they took away his 7 months of sick pay that he was building up so he could get to that retirement age a little earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now you retire at, 64 in 5 months. You got the 7 months. You hit 65, pension, set. You pay for medical insurance because that's all he cares about. But I'm hearing that they took that away from him, and I'm hearing that they basically screwed him by not letting him retire. I don't know. That's what I've heard.
Heard one side. Who knows?
Sure.
Whatever.
So we did the right thing, and we figured, wow, someone has to at least acknowledge this guy's leaving after 41 years. So we invited our breakfast people in to make an omelet.
Yeah.
Last minute we're like, we got to acknowledge this guy. And most of the people heard the show. It was black comedy at best on Friday, and we sent Steve Freed off. Yeah. The best we could do in a last minute situation.
Bon voyage.
So I guess Howard, he only does 4 days of radio a week, and he gets 20 weeks of vacation, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
He finally gets on the radio yesterday, and he acknowledges Steve Freed leaving the company because Steve used to do the Wood Yee voice for Howard.
Sure.
And instead of doing the right thing and just talking about it and stuff, he has to blame us for Steve Freed's firing.
Try to place blame, and it's on us.
That's what I'm hearing.
I haven't heard one iota of this. Well, I came in this morning, and I don't know, 5 minutes before we're going on the air, E-Rock comes in with a disc and says, oh, Howard said this.
Right.
And I've heard stuff like this before, and it's turned out to be nothing or whatever. But now I want to hear it, along with the listeners, along with everybody else for the first time. I want to hear what he says. And if he does blame us in any way, shape, or form, I have a rebuttal comment I would like.
Nice. I like that. A bit of an obsession about us. I got to be honest with you. We haven't talked or... We haven't mentioned word one about that.
And let me tell you something. We've been good little soldiers. We've been good little soldiers for the company. And I'm talking about the satellite company. Done everything they've asked of us. We've been bent over and reamed.
Right.
And still come on and smiled and done our goddamn show. Like real troopers.
Right.
We do our job without letting any of that inter-office crap get in the way of what we do.
All right.
So now, if he has something to say, I'd like to hear it.
Here it is.
And then comment.
Steve was there like 42 years. Steve worked there when my dad worked there.
I know.
Yeah. Well, what happens is, let me see if I can put this into perspective for you. What's happened since we left CBS Viacom Radio is nothing short of a nuclear bomb. I suppose you could blame Steve's firing and Nancy the receptionist and just about every horrible thing that's going on there on the fact that they can't find anyone to replace us. The things are so bad.
Oh, my God.
I can't find anyone
such
to
a
replace
loser.
Can't find anyone to replace us.
You're a loser.
They found people to replace you. You've been gone for a while. People have replaced you. The business itself, look at the economy, you out-of-touch, dumb son of a bitch. Look at the economy. It sucks. They weren't laying off people and firing people the day you left. Everything was hunky-dory.
Place us. The things are so bad there. The morale is so low.
In radio. In the whole business. The whole friggin' business of radio. Places you never worked. Those companies are suffering too.
There's not one radio company that is doing well. And that has nothing to do with the fact that Howard left regular radio. The entire business is changing.
Were you working at Fannie Mae? Was that it? Were you at Lehman Brothers also? Did you leave there and it went to hell and they had to fire a bunch of people? How about the automakers? Was Howard Stern the CEO of General Motors or Ford when now that they're having to fire thousands of people? Was that because of they couldn't find anyone to replace you as CEO of Ford? The economy sucks, you dummy. We don't all make $500 million a year or 5 years and have mansions out in the Hamptons. Get in touch.
He'll take credit with the fact that the economy collapsed too.
Get in touch.
The fact is, and it's pretty sad that Howard has chosen.
Hard to see the common man at a polo match, faggot.
The guy just continues to lie. He can't be honest about anything.
I don't want to hear it from Greenstein either. I don't want to hear it from friggin' what's his name from Philly.
Who? Oh, Sabian?
Sabian either. I don't want to hear it from him. I don't want to hear it from the new guy that we talked to. What? You can't say anything about how it's that. Then tell him to shut up about us ruining the economy.
Or at least tell the goddamn truth. And the truth is that the whole business is collapsing. There's not a radio company out there doing well. There are radio companies that Howard had nothing to do with that are collapsing.
The economy stinks. There's a whole change going on in the way people get their music and get their information and everything else. And that has to be adapted to this medium.
The days of anyone getting Howard Stern-type ratings in regular radio are so long gone. Even if Howard himself came back to regular radio, he wouldn't come close to what he was doing when he left. Because this entire business is changing in front of our eyes.
Jesus Christ. Can someone just put a reality hat on him?
Well, listen a little further here.
The things are so bad there. The morale is so low. The economic times are so bad that you could blame David Lee Roth. Who else? Who else is there? Just the Opie and Anthony, David Lee Roth, and there was somebody else who did mornings there, didn't they? Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Or blame us. Blame us because
it's wonderful. I know what he's doing there. The pause because he's not really sure.
I don't know.
What? Oh yeah. No, you know exactly who we are because you'll be making your stupid phone call later today because we were talking about you.
Yeah.
Stunt Brain, how well do we do over here? Are we not number one in the male demos? It's not our fault that they can't sell it right now in these economic times.
We're holding up our end. We're bringing in the big numbers in our demos, and regularly 1 and 2, back and forth, all the books.
There you go. We're doing our job.
And
so
just-
to lump us in with that horse crap, David Lee Roth, that was a disaster.
Stop. It just had
a guy that did radio for 2-3 months. We've been at this and I together over 14 effing years.
Yeah.
And Howard knows the truth. So why don't you tell your audience the truth? And if you want to talk about working for a company that's not doing well, do you really want to get into this?
Yeah.
Do you understand that there had to be a merger to save satellite radio?
And how about
You're not holding up your end of the bargain,
Yeah.
pal.
How about he's
look at the stock
savior?
price, pal?
Yeah, what's the stock at?
23
cents.
What was the stock when you went to satellite radio, pal?
I don't see morale too well over there either.
Jackass.
It's just crappy times we're in right now. Don't be blaming us. And if I hear one word from one of those suits that, you shut up about that. Don't talk about that. Well, then tell him to shut up
I'm gonna shut his trap.
about us. Don't be blaming us for the hard times that radio is having.
There was somebody else who did mornings there, didn't they? Maybe
no.
I'm wrong.
No.
Or
That
blame
was
us. Blame us because we left, and they can't apparently make a dime since we left. It just the entire...
It
That's what
imploded.
it is.
the whole
It was
thing.
like when in Vegas they take down one of those hotels.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
As opposed
I'm
to the
sad
money that's
about that.
rolling in. The money that's rolling in right now for your employers now. Is that what you're talking about? They couldn't make a dime? Is that it?
is
What are
there-
you talking about?
Is there money rolling in because you're on satellite radio, Howard? Really, you want to get into this? See, we deal with reality and we deal with honesty on this show. You really want to deal with this? So if you were so great, you leave regular radio, and then what happened? What happened?
Wherever you go should
What
have been a
happened?
gold mine.
What happened?
Was for you.
What happened? Why is the stock price at 23 cents? Why? Why don't you explain that to your listeners?
I'd have
what happened.
bend over. I'd have bend over while the suits gave us the big high hard one when we negotiated.
And then there was
Please.
then there was an apology. Sorry, guys.
Please just shut up. I don't want to hear from anybody over there. Let me do my show and leave me alone.
Hotels.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And I'm sad about that because, there were a lot of good folks working with us over at that
Wonderful
radio.
people
Well, then
that
you
we were
should
with
have
for 20 years.
Well, then you should have stayed. You should have thought, should I take $100 million a year, or should I stay here and protect everybody's job by being the Jesus Christ of radio?
This guy is the biggest phony.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about you in months, probably close to a year. And you know what? Why don't you talk about all the firings that just went down yesterday at Sirius, you ass?
Yeah.
You couldn't save the jobs of the people around you at your new job.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And how about the reason you left radio? Restrictions were pouring on left and right. The FCC, politically correct groups were taunting you. That's what happens. That's what happens. And that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that the industry went to crap.
And Howard, you want to talk about good people? Did you try to save Mike Peters' job or Shirley Maldonado, however the hell you say it? Tanya Bird, Howard Marcus, Brian Atwood, Wayne Mayo, Matt Abromowitz, something like that, and someone we know from our NEW days, Andrea Carr, who we just met in the hallways when we were over there last a week or two ago.
Yeah.
What about those nice people? What
Yeah.
about those nice people?
Are we to blame for that?
That just
Yeah.
went down 2 days ago, Howard.
Is that
you
our
phony.
fault? Is that David Lee Roth's fault?
Don't lump us in with that David Lee Roth crap. You know that's not anywhere close to real.
Or is it the newlywed goose that all of a sudden ain't laying golden eggs? Give me a break.
With us over at that
Wonderful
radio
people that we
station.
were with for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Chiasano's job went out the window. Steve's job went out the window. Nancy's job went out the window.
quite frankly, I hardly know anybody who's there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one here. But guess what? It's across the board. Every radio company's doing this. Every radio company. And this crap would have went on if you stayed here. The whole business is changing in front of our eyes. It's going to become something else. It will survive. But right now, the whole damn thing's at a crossroads. The whole damn thing.
I'm not going to just sit here, though, and have him blame us for all the firings going on at CBS. That's the bottom line here. That's the bottom line of what I'm pissed about with him spouting off like that. Don't try to blame me for people getting fired over here or at any other radio place. So who's to blame over there? Who's to blame?
There was a lot of layoffs, man.
Yeah,
a lot of layoffs.
Stop it, you pompous douche. Just please stop already. No one wants to hear it. It's been too many years of the same friggin' babble coming out of your mouth. Just shut it. Oh, God. Enough.
Just do your stupid show. We'll do our stupid show, and that's it. We'll coexist.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about yet.
Haven't said word one except nice things.
And why don't you like tell your people that, you know, the company that had nothing planned for Steve Freed, and we actually, you know, it's scary to tell anybody, but Opie and Anthony are actually good guys when it comes down to it. Why don't you tell your stupid listeners that we did what we could for the guy as he's being shown the door on his last day?
I don't understand, you guys.
Go
you have to-
yourself.
What good does it do to have you talking ill of Howard? I just want to know what that is.
Well, tell that out of touch ass.
Can I choke you with
Shut
your
his
tie?
trap.
Can I choke you with your tie? Yuck.
Well, and there was, you know exactly who we are, ass. Remember, I'm not ready for Opie yet. Remember that little phone call you had recently? Remember, Howard? Jackass.
Enough. That's the bottom line. I'm not going to sit and be blamed for the people losing their jobs here at CBS. Just stop
No,
it.
it sucks. I mean,
Stop it already.
We're doing this in broad strokes. You could go radio company by radio company, see what they were doing a mere year to 2 years ago, and see where they're at now. It's unbelievable. Most of these radio company stocks are under $1. It's really bad across the board.
Have you seen the market lately?
But not even the
It really sucks. Have you seen the housing market and finance stocks and the big three automakers? And is that all? Who's to blame for that? Could you, with all of your wisdom, could you please tell me who's to blame there? David Lee Roth?
Right. Well,
was David Lee Roth running boozy bap, diddy bap? Hey, let me put out an Escalade. Hey, let me.
Yeah.
Is he to blame?
But one of the points that needs to be made, the radio company stocks were already, crap in the bed before the whole collapse of the economy. So you can't even go, well, it's the economy bringing everything down. The radio business was already suffering before that.
Yeah.
And they're doing what they can behind the scenes to try to figure it out, But don't sit there, like Ant said, and blame us.
Blame
You know
us
damn
for
well
that.
what the real story is, ass.
Crap in your hat.
Stupid Drek. Opie and Anthony, good morning to everybody.
Such a Yiddish word.
What?
Drek is such a Yiddish,
I know it
Jewish
is.
word.
And we've moved on, so don't even try to figure out why I just said Drek. 877-212-0-8. What's up, Ant?
Let's see. Yesterday I had a little. I was recuperating from a party from Sunday.
Was it a good party?
Yeah, Mom and Sal, 25 wedded years of bliss.
Nice.
So, of course, I got party detail now. Now that my house is kind of almost done, I wind up getting party detail.
Well, it's hard to go anywhere else when you have a house like that.
So they all came over, relatives and friends and whatnot, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of wine. So I kind of knew at 7:30 when no one had left yet that I wasn't getting to bed anytime soon, and kind of knew.
Yeah.
I was going to have a hard time getting up, so why even push it? Yeah, it was a good time, though. Everyone had fun.
Very
One of
good.
those things. I think Sal tried to stab Mom when they were cutting the cake.
Why?
I don't know. It was just like 25 years, and then he made like he was going to stab her.
And then
No one even stopped him.
and then slipped and went, oh,
Oops.
I actually almost stabbed
I
you.
stabbed Ro.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was that. And yesterday was just, nothing. It's weird when you have these hours because if you don't come in, you sleep until you would have been done with work anyway.
Oh, sure.
So I wake up and go, oh, I guess I should have went in. Not knowing that at, 5 o'clock I felt like crap.
Right.
But I slept right through it.
That's good.
I turned a Monday into a Sunday, is what I did. But I'm chipper. I'm all ready to go now.
Well, sorry we started like we did, but what are you going to do?
That's what.
What are you gonna do?
Whatever it is, it is.
You know?
That's it.
And that's always,
Save it event.
I'll tell you this much, because it's been misconstrued over the years. We always just react. We don't start that crap with that guy. It's always a reaction, and then we get scolded for reacting. Of course we're going to react. No, we're not going to allow anyone to just casually, beat us down like that, especially when it's not based on reality and honesty.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Proposition 8.
Ooh. Sexy. Now we're back to sexy.
Well, to the gay people out there, some of these people are, coming out of the closet and stuff. We need a good one.
Yeah.
We need a good one to come out of the closet.
Like what do you mean?
Like the American Idol dude that had
Clay Aiken?
Clay Aiken finally comes out of the closet, right?
Could you believe it?
And
Yeah. Oh, shocking.
and he was debating if he should do this or not for years, and then
Everyone knew.
then he comes out of the closet, and it's like,
Yeah, what?
well,
Who
tell us
cares?
something else we don't know. And we just have another one of those that just happened a couple days ago, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. And it's like, all right. Well, why were you debating this for years? We all knew.
Jimmy Norton?
Or we had an idea.
Oh.
No. Wait, that's not true.
Oh.
Can't judge someone a few hundred incidents.
I think these guys are like, all right, today's the day. I'm going to do this. And they expect to open their front door and just have just craziness.
Yeah.
Just craziness. I need to do a press conference, and
Who came out?
it's going to be another one with crickets. Like, all right, here it is.
I got married October 25th. My wife is here.
What's that?
And I don't really talk about my sexual orientation. I feel like I had to. I was just living my life, and everybody that knows me personally, they know I'm gay. They know,
I am?
And that's the way people should be able to live their lives, really. If we had equal rights, we shouldn't have to be standing out here demanding something that we automatically should have as citizens of this country.
There you go.
Wow.
Wanda Sykes officially comes out of the closet because of this whole Prop 8 thing that's happened out there in California.
Damn.
She's not going to take it anymore, so she's like, look, there you go.
That was more surprising than Clay Aiken, that's for sure.
Wanda Sykes?
I just never thought about
What,
it.
are you kidding?
Yeah,
Because
we
I
all
never
know she was
thought
gay.
about it.
She would come to the cellar with her girl. And it was never like it was never.
Well,
said.
you're on the inside.
But no, I mean, it was
Yeah.
like, it was never said. But it's like when your uncle comes, like, oh, Uncle George is coming with his roommate.
Right.
You just know.
His roommate of 25 years.
Yeah, like wow, they must really have a good rent deal.
We've all had to deal with that one, right? Okay, we'll make believe you're roommates from college. Trying to save on the utilities, are you? You're 50 now. We're not stupid. Maybe when I was 8, I couldn't figure it out, but now that I'm 20-something, will you just shut up?
I had no idea.
Huh?
I have an aunt who's gay, and I had no idea when I was young.
Really?
Yeah.
No, she was very athletic, but I was young, and she would always have these friends come over.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
had some cool friends. They're all girls.
So,
I like a gay cousin that was, I don't know, he was probably in his early, I don't even know, mid-teens, who knows. But I knew because all I had heard was everybody else talking about him in the effing F. You know, the way they would talk about him.
Your family would?
Well, not to his face.
Oh.
But, so I would know, of course. Come on, what are you kidding?
Your family doesn't
My
support
family.
that crap.
No, at that time, now they've become much more
Gotta
liberal
support that crap.
or dead.
Yeah.
But, for the most part, now everybody's pretty cool with things. But
Yeah, all right. But Wanda Sykes chose
he won
Prophet.
Miss Fire Island once.
Huh?
He won Miss Fire Island once back in the 80s.
Miss?
Yes, he won Miss Fire Island.
Miss.
Yeah, where
Your cousin?
they all guss you up into female clothing and stuff, and look all hot and walk around. And he won Miss Fire Island.
What's his girl name?
I had no idea.
Kidding. I'm sure I don't know.
Jimmy just wants to cross-reference. All right.
Anything. Hey, we're related.
Yeah. I bumped into him one time on Eros. Oops.
That'd be wonderful if you guys have shared DNA. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, Joe, hysterical.
Yeah. We'd laugh about it for hours as we avoid eye contact.
So Wanda Sykes comes out because of the Proposition 8. She should have came out because it was a Monday. Like, everyone knew. That was...
Yeah.
She was married at one point. I mean, when I first met Wanda, she was married.
To a guy?
Yeah. She was married.
Okay.
And,
it's tricky.
But now she's married to a woman. She said she got married in October, so...
Yeah, she, I guess they split. It's like you don't know. All of a sudden you see somebody, and we would see her, and then she would be with somebody else. But it was like an assistant, so at first you didn't think. But then it was the same person for a while, and you're like, oh, okay.
What does the wife look like?
She's very sexy if she's the same person I'm thinking of.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lipstick or butch?
Any pictures?
No, she's very feminine.
More
very pretty, yeah.
Lipstick? Nice.
Yeah, I was like, oof.
Lipstick lesbians. Is there anything better than that?
Lipstick bisexuals. Because they have a better shot at hanging one of us.
Yeah, good
Lipstick.
point. Good point.
That's not with Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, single lipstick lesbian.
Here's the second part of the story.
How can you get upset about love? And I'm sick of this stuff about, oh, well, you made that choice. That's your choice. Gay is not a choice. Being gay is not, that's like telling me I chose to be a woman. I chose to be black. So are we saying that if being gay is a choice, that people are straight because they chose not to be gay?
Yeah.
But I am very proud. I am proud to be a woman. I'm proud to be a black woman. I'm proud to be gay.
Third. It comes in third. Comes in third behind woman and black. Gay.
But she'll bring some comedy into the whole thing, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what?
The damn issue needs some laughs, some comedy.
A few laughs.
Oh, my God.
I think it's both. I think people are born gay. You can tell those people.
I think most people.
You can see.
Most
people. I don't know percentage.
Well, what would you
don't
say
know.
percentage, though?
I'd say
You got to think the percentage is way up there.
65 and 70 between there. Plus or minus 3 points.
Okay. And then you're saying like
And then I'm
25 to 30% of
The
people
rest
choose it?
choose to be gay for various reasons. Some just strictly for attention. Some because they like the lifestyle better, perhaps. Some because they're just sexually, I don't know, like they're into a little bit of everything. I don't know. You could tell somebody that is born gay when they're like friggin' 6 years old and they're, with mommy's clothes and playing with dolls and stuff. It's just over Johnny. You know damn well that kid's going to be gay.
It's over.
And then there's the guys that are married, they, holding down a job. He's a football player, is this, that, the other thing. And then all of a sudden, I just decided I'm gay. To me, that's more like you've chosen a lifestyle because maybe you're not happy with your life and you think that might,
Or some of the
perk things up.
Or some of those guys were probably fighting it and got married incorrectly.
Right.
And not choosing to be gay, but they had for a long time been just going the other way and been miserable.
I think people, though, some of them, a lot more than people think, choose just because, boy, it looks like a fun lifestyle if, you could take that in your face.
Yeah.
But
That's a big if, Hans.
Yeah, it is a big if.
That's not
Believe me.
That's not just a change of apartments.
Right.
You throw that around like it's like, hey, look, if you can handle that and picking things out of your beer the next morning, it's a perfectly logical choice.
Jimmy makes a good point. That is a huge if.
Yeah.
You can wash your face 20 times and still smell it.
If you don't mind bleaching the mustache, it's no worries.
This Proposition 8 isn't going to go away, though.
No.
This thing is going to turn into a biggie.
And she's
biggie.
She's funny and she's aggressive, which I like. Like, she's not gonna sit there and just try to be passive about it. She'll be very outspoken about it and funny and kind. It's the only way to deal with people.
You know, it's odd.
Brutality.
It was the vote of the people. You know, this was the vote of the people of California. Whether it should even be put to a vote is an odd thing. You know, I think it should just be whatever you want to do. Screw it. But it was voted on to reverse that. I don't know. That's kind of
that's a tough one, right?
The old slippery slope.
Yeah, but you got to protect the rights. It's like there's a weird thing with majority rules, but also one of the things about the country is that the minority interests are protected. It's like just because you're not in the majority, you're not going to be trampled on.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, they're not asking for anything that they shouldn't have. We talked about this yesterday too. It's not like they want privileges or things that straight people don't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, leave them alone. Take your religious agenda and choke on it.
A little Puritan nation we live in.
That's what drives me nuts.
Really is just crazy, based on this false ethics that we have that is all crap anyway.
And the biggest people that were pushing this, look who they've been housing for all these years. Look who they've been covering up for and shipping from Paris to Paris.
Yeah. Young boys, oh dear. Wow, I'm a priest. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so it's like, how can you listen to them?
Is it snowing?
No.
The news just showed some snowflakes as they did their forecast.
They say that it's like snow for our area. We'll tell you later. And then they go, yes, north and west of the area. And they mean like
they just showed
Chicago.
a shot. They showed a shot where there's some flakes coming down. I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything, but
maybe Kenny scratched his head.
yeah, you're right. You figured out we don't do weather here.
Yeah,
go on your computer or your
app.
phone.
Press your app. That's your weather app.
That's what's wrong with this business. They got to update everything. You don't need a radio station to give you the weather.
When's your big phone coming out? The 21st?
I think Friday.
21st.
But I don't know about
phone
it.
Comes out.
Hey, look, I have
Which one?
This new
the Storm.
The new BlackBerry, the Touch, Verizon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hey, look, it might suck. I mean, I have no commitment to it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Why did I just say it with that little high-pitched, annoying voice? Who could listen to this? Well, hey, I just want to see it, guys.
I want to drive a boat.
Yeah, non-committal.
Are we giving away $1,000 today?
No, apparently we don't have $1,000. We don't have 2 pennies to rub together to put on an event that has been a proven success year after year. But for some reason, CBS FM, the oldies station or whatever the hell they are now,
They're right out that door.
$1,000 a day.
They're basically giving away Steve Freed's retirement money.
They're
giving away his 401.
They actually went to corporate. Somebody actually went there and said, we need $1,000 every day for the Santa song of the day.
Oh, wow.
And someone in corporate went, okay.
Yeah.
It was, I think, who's the guy that works over there? Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who it was. Right. He went up and said, we need $1,000 a day. You need $1,000 a day. And it was given to them.
You know, if you don't do that contest for maybe 2 weeks, we could still have a receptionist around here.
Yeah.
I'm not even,
Yeah.
We lost our
receptionist
receptionist.
at the desk when someone's knocking at the door.
Right.
Oh, it astounds me.
It's so stupid. We all got depressed because Steve Freed left, and then fast forward a mere 2 days, we find out they're giving away $1,000 a day, $5,000 a week, just like it's nothing.
For
that crappy music station.
I find out because on my little circular piece of crap desk in our office, it's just full of garbage that I guess they use my desk.
Yeah.
When I'm not there or whatever after we leave.
I don't know what happens.
But there's paper on there, and it was about this contest, and I'm reading it going, $1,000 a day? $1,000 a day? And we asked for like $500 for something, and they said, $500, what are you trying times? Can't give away. Oh, that's preposterous. But, wow.
Yeah. This is a great article in the Daily News. Maybe after the break, the Today Show decided to go all over the planet. You got big fat Al Roker in Iceland.
Really?
Yeah, showing what a real glacier looks like, I guess.
Be funny if a glacier just knocked him over.
Yeah.
That would be great.
And then you got Matt
Should be
Lauer.
beaten with a club when they think he's a seal.
You got Matt Lauer in Belize. You got Ann Curry, like, I guess, mountain climbing, Mount Kilimanjaro or whatever.
She's in Tanzania.
And then where's the other dummy? In Sydney, right?
Australia, yeah.
Why?
And we should get Richard Huff. We love Richard Huff from the Daily News. He's got a great article today. He goes, here's the problem. They're doing a whole green thing showing what is happening to our planet because of what we're doing allegedly, right?
Right.
Yep. And Richard Huff makes the great point today in the paper that it's tough to buy into what they're telling us because they're telling this stuff from beautiful places.
Yeah.
Where it's hard to actually show the destruction.
Because this world is full of beautiful places.
Right. So
yeah, we've trashed some joints, but...
So what was the headline? Hold on.
And I don't think they walked and swam there. I think they were put on jet planes.
Of course
that
they
burn
were.
a lot of fuel.
Yep,
and
of course.
If you want to get picky.
With crews of people, and they rented giant trucks that have to shoot signals up to satellites. So if you're talking about green,
Yeah.
they're not doing it with solar-powered vehicles.
Yeah, we don't work for NBC, right?
I think we have stock.
No, it's GE. This is all GE.
We can finally trash someone where we don't get in trouble for trashing them. That's good.
I think they could pull up some stock footage of these places and just play it.
Yeah.
Hey, look how nice this is.
But Richard Huff writes, eco threats look low today. The threat looks low because the scenery is so beautiful. So you, the viewer, it's like, you're trying to tell me what? Because, wow, that looks like really, really nice.
Really perfect.
NBC's top-rated Today Show yesterday produced a lush look at spots around the world suffering from the impact of man. And while Al Roker in Iceland and Matt Lauer in Belize brought stunning visuals for addressing world environmental issues, their striking backdrops may have diluted the message.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, very, very good. So it's a good read in the Daily News today if you're picking up that paper here in New York. Maybe we'll get Richard Huff on for a quick one.
Did we want to ask him something else recently? There was something else that came up that we had wanted to...
I don't remember.
Probably some
Jimmy.
lousy TV show or one of those things.
You had some, man? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just speaking of TV shows. I watched something last night on JFK, the assassination, and whatnot. PBS has been playing some cool stuff. And they had the news and how the news, kind of television news, impacted that story and how it was really the first story, Kennedy assassination, that really families were just sitting there pinned to their televisions where beforehand they got most of their news from print media. A lot of people just, bought the newspaper. They trusted the newspaper more than they trusted television media. A lot of times, print media got the scoop off of television because it was just too inconvenient to have these cameras out getting this footage, bringing it back to a studio, developing all this, and then waiting for the actual news to come on, unless it was an important story with the breaking bulletin like the Kennedy assassination was. And that whole thing that followed with Oswald being shot and everything. It was a whole just 72 hours, I think, of people sitting in front of their television. And the most interesting part of it was watching television news kind of start and see where it is now. And there was a guy holding this little microphone, and there's this TV show. It looked like almost a early 60s version of the Today Show or one of those.
Sure.
And this woman's talking about a bracelet, and you can slip this on, and then the camera shakes violently. It goes to a corner of a room, and this guy's standing there with a microphone shaking with copy in his hand going, it's very important to it.
Oh, really?
It's just in. Like they didn't know how to go to a bulletin. They didn't know how it was done.
It was just panic everywhere.
It was just somebody going here. And the woman's looking around like, what are you doing? You don't move the camera. And they moved it to him, and he gave this bulletin. He's sweating. He's shaking. He's smoking a butt, like just smoking cigarettes and stuff. It was really fantastic to watch how, even in that short amount of time of that story, how they got better at it.
Yeah.
And were able to do this. And they used to have to bring the studio cameras. Those giant studio cameras
out on the street.
Yeah,
of course.
To actually get a live feed. You could film it, you could videotape it even, but you'd have to bring it back to the studio. They had these giant live cameras, and the police station, they had all access. The press was never told you couldn't be somewhere. So the hallways where they're bringing Oswald through into one of the homicide interrogation rooms were lined with press, and they're just shoving mics in his face and asking him stuff, and he's talking. And it was a scene where you're like, this just doesn't happen. The press is restricted from everywhere. The way they handle it, although you could see the early inkling of what was to come during those 72 hours or so. It was more of I was more interested in how the news was handling it than the actual Kennedy story, which I had watched the special on an hour prior, which was pretty good.
The best part of that, the best part of that,
I think he died, and people said it was more than one person.
They said it was a sneeze. Oh.
Yes, he sneezed.
The best
didn't hold his head.
The best part of that story, though, like no one knew any better. If there was a camera in your face, I guess I got to talk and tell them everything I know.
That was another thing. They had
there was
police captain.
there was no one that actually started the no comment yet. Like, oh man, they got me. The camera's on. All right, I did it. I'm the murderer.
There was a police captain who, in no time, became so savvy of the camera.
Really?
That they had set up all the microphones, and he was like, he started his press conference, and he goes, "Oh, wait, we got another camera," and he waited till that camera got set up and turned on, and then started it. And they said Kennedy himself was very savvy of the camera and the power of television, and would often walk onto a podium where he had to speak, leave the airplane, set things up where Jackie had a big entrance, just playing to the camera. And that had such an impact on how people felt about him because, he looked good and he was able to make those big entrances.
Sure.
And he was one of the first politicians that really used television like that.
Did they show Cronkite's announcement?
Yeah, they showed Cronkite's announcement where
he was pretty smooth.
The glasses.
Oh,
he teared up.
Yeah.
He teared up. A couple of other guys were tearing up. And then they showed the pictures of Oswald and video of Oswald being shot by Jack Ruby. And there was one guy that took a picture, and they're developing it, and they're just going, oh, my God, this is amazing. It's Jack Ruby running up to Oswald, and Oswald and the cops, not a clue anything's happening. There's Ruby, gun pulled, pointing it right at Oswald, and they're just walking with these solemn looks on their face. And that was like the front page news picture. And then this other guy goes through his film and goes, oh, wait a minute. I got the second, the shot was fired. And that's the famous picture where he's, shot in the stomach. And the cops looking over like, oh, my God, did I screw up? And again, this was one of those situations where they invited the press. They had said 10 o'clock tomorrow. You'll be here. You'll be able to watch us lead this man out. Here's a guy that apparently killed the president of the United States. They were putting him in an armored car because they were afraid of what would happen to him, and yet they invited the press down. They invited people. People were down there.
Which means they're inviting the killers as well.
Jack Ruby was just sending off a telegram.
Yeah.
And saw the crowd. That was his story. I saw the crowd and decided, I'm going to go over there and see what happens. And when I realized it was him, I was caught up with the emotion of what had happened to Kennedy and decided he was going to be a hero and shoot this guy. And save Jackie. That's what he said, too. He was talking about Jackie having to come back for a trial, and he started crying and saying, I just can't imagine her having to do that.
Jeez.
That's kind of a phony explanation. Yeah.
It is kind of a phony explanation. There's the one picture that the guy had, and it's just them walking, but Ruby, look, that gun is there.
Yep.
And then the next picture is the famous, hey, I'm shot.
I don't think I've ever seen that picture on the left. Let's put that up on OandARadio.com.
Good one. But great show. It's on PBS, forever.
I'll definitely check it out. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Opie and Anthony.
Thank you, son.
I smell soup. I smell soup. Wow.
Quick check brought us this chicken pot pie soup.
Is it good?
I'm ladling it into my fat face.
Oh.
It's really good, yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want some of that.
Ridiculously good.
Fresh soup from Quick Check. Look what we do. This isn't even a commercial.
See?
We're just happy you brought soup. Thank you.
I love when sponsors do that.
Wow, it smells really, really good.
Bring it in. This is the chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
Soup. God, it's so good.
Usually I want breakfast this time of the morning, but I'm smelling that soup. Now I need some.
Oh.
Let's say hi to Anthony the trucker. 877-212-ONA. What's up, Anthony?
Anthony.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What are you hauling today, sir?
How are you guys doing today?
Good evening.
What are you hauling today, sir?
Office furniture.
All right.
Boring.
What are you hauling that to the dumps? Yeah, I had a line there, and then I stammered.
I'm delivering it.
See, because everyone's
Not
getting
only
fired. Why don't you keep talking? Because you have
gross,
something
eh?
better than my stammering, I'm sure.
Everyone's getting fired.
I had a good line, and I blew it. Go ahead, Anthony. Screw me.
Blow it.
Anthony, I just wanted to ask you, have you ever been to South Jersey?
Yes.
Well, Jackson has a great gun club. We just got indoor moving targets.
It's a little far for me to
And-
go to shoot.
It is, but if you're ever down there, it's a great experience.
I actually heard they're closing that gun club anyway. The one in Jackson.
Yep.
Are they?
Yep.
I haven't heard that.
Anthony, you waited.
But I just wanted to tell you guys.
This guy's been on the
I just
phone
want
for
to
an
tell
hour
you guys
for this.
thank you.
For
What are you going to do when they close, dude?
What am I going to do? I'm just going to start shooting people.
Oh, Jesus.
that's good.
Maybe they ought to stay open.
Yeah, stay open, guys.
All right, Anthony, thank you.
Jesus,
I'm
you
good.
Totally
Thank you,
nailed it.
gentlemen.
All right, bye, Anthony.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, my
You
God.
totally nailed
How
him.
great was that?
Are they on? What?
I can't believe that worked. My acting is getting better and better. What did I get yesterday? It was a gem open.
It was good.
I had some good acting.
I was
Yeah.
impressed. You got me good yesterday. Dennis Leary's going to be here in a few minutes. He's promoting his book, Why We Suck, a feel-good guide to staying fat, loud, lazy, and stupid.
I don't like that type of talk.
No?
That's fresh.
It's a little harsh.
Is this the book that had the autism thing in it?
Yes, and it's also...
Did they rip those pages out? No. Really?
no, good for them.
Yeah, right on. Oh, this thing's going to sell, man. Controversy sells. It's chapter 6?
Autism, schmautism.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that one.
Oh, I bet you there was a dilemma. These books were all printed. You know how this stuff works. Get that chapter out of there immediately.
Yeah.
It's controversial. But that thing is going to sell some more books for Dennis.
Yes.
Leary, and they're doing smart. Leary's doing a signing tonight at, I think, 6:30 at Borders, which is a good time to do it because that's when people are going home. I did it. Well, I decided to do 8:45. That wasn't my choice. Tomorrow he's doing Staten Island. I was just at that Barnes and Noble too at 7:00.
Yeah.
Those are two. These are probably very big Leary markets.
Very cool.
Borders at 6:30 in Penn Station.
So what do you guys think about Hillary becoming Secretary of State?
Is this written in stone?
It's obvious. It's going down. It's not official yet, but this thing is happening because Governor Patterson here in New York is trying to figure out who's going to take her job. So they're all like, already.
So you keeping an eye on that situation?
I kind of like the fact that she is. Yeah.
Well, that was a deal that was made a long time ago. That's so obvious.
You think?
And why do these big announcements? They wait until everyone already knows before they make the official announcement. I don't get that. This is going down. Announce it. Let's go.
Wow.
And I do think, this was something they worked on behind the scenes so she would drop out. Absolutely. I'll give you, I don't know if it was Secretary of State, but he probably sat her down and said, I'm going to give you a nice position in my presidency.
She's not known as a toughie when it comes to foreign affairs, that's for sure. She's another one of these, we're just going to sit and talk with everybody and just... I want to see who he appoints as Secretary of Defense. I really am curious to see who gets that gig.
Is she soft though, man? I thought she was a little tougher than he was on
She's a
foreign
tough.
policy.
No, she's a tough bitch when it comes to screwing over people here in this country, and especially New Yorkers, with her great agenda. She's one of those. But as far as foreign affairs goes, I believe she'll be able to be pushed around.
Maybe.
She let her husband friggin' do whatever the hell he wanted to in the Oval Office. How tough could she be?
She is the most bangable Secretary of State since Madeleine Albright.
Oh, yes. Wow. Madeleine Albright.
Would you?
Madeleine Albright?
Yeah.
If she wasn't Madeleine Albright, no.
But to say that you...
But the fact that I can point her out on CNN.
Yeah.
and then
I did that.
Tell people what she likes, whatever it was.
some really bad, something bad.
Yeah, I hope
That'd
Madeleine
be really good.
Yeah, Madeleine, because she has that stupid ascot she would always wear, like that little
Yeah.
scarf.
I would put her in the what the hell category. What the hell? Yeah, I would
What
go.
the hell?
I would go for it. Because you want to get the shock from your friends as you tell them.
You're getting nothing out of it
I understand.
except the fact that it's a celebrity sighting underneath you.
Right.
That's fine.
That's pretty much it.
I wonder if Madeleine Albright, she probably likes like interracial videos and cuckolding situations.
Imagine if she liked watching stuff like that before getting a little frisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean me. What? Clean me. I don't want to. That was clean me. I don't want to.
A 24.5 million watch Obama on 60 Minutes this past Sunday. Best ratings in nearly a decade. Everybody is interested in what he has to say.
Yeah, whether you like him or you don't, you do want to hear what he's saying. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oof.
By the way, that black thing you're talking about yesterday.
Black thing I talk about? What?
You know how the black person wouldn't get out of your way and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I have a little report because I told you I would I would just kind of look around a little bit more.
Did you see something?
I was joking with a black woman on an elevator yesterday.
Yeah. And
when I was down in Philly, a black guy leaning more toward gangster than businessman held the door open for me. That's all I have to report so far.
And then robbed you. He's like the old lady with the...
That's all I have to report. But the God's honest truth. But I'm still looking around. And I'm not trying to, not prove your point. This is what has happened to me so far.
Yeah.
You got any stories yet, Jimmy?
I honestly do have had, and I'm on the lookout for discourtesy always, just because I'm like, I like to feel slighted because it empowers me.
Yes.
But I really have I've noticed a noticeable difference. Maybe it's just my vibe, but
yeah.
Here's what you ought to try for a week. Nothing. Don't allow anybody to be rude to you.
Okay.
But try noticing. Be polite to people first. Just see if in a week's time. That's how I test my perception sometimes. And I don't mean groveling. Hi, how are you? God bless. Let me hold the door. Let me carry your stuff. Just oh, hello, you first. Just see if you get any reaction that's different than you think. Try it for a week.
All right, I'll try that for an hour until I get sick of it.
But no, do like a number thing. Like if you do it, say you have 20 interactions, and you're like, wow, only 3 were kind of dicks, and that's probably better odds than normal.
Yeah.
And
try it. I mean, I could be wrong.
You got to do that whole old school tip the hat and bow at the
year
same
are we
time,
in?
Yeah.
Like the sweeping like this. I know it's
my
a visual,
jacket
but
over puddles and let them
all that
step
stuff.
over them.
Why not?
Even if they're
chivalry.
Even if they're not walking by the puddle, just throw your jacket in and then put it back on
and say, "Hey, see, I put a jacket across the puddle," and didn't even walk on it.
What kind of horrible relationship was that? Where you'd have to put the muddy, filthy puddle water back on, and her heel was dry.
It's being chivalrous.
Women have walked all over us in many ways for too long.
Yeah. Enough.
This is what Obama had to say on 60 Minutes. Just a quick clip.
There were a number of reasons that somebody might not have voted for me. But what was absolutely clear is that whether people voted for me or against me, that they were making the judgment based on, is this guy going to lead us well? Is this guy going to be a good president? And that was my assumption walking in, and that's how it turned out. That felt good.
I got to disagree.
Not everybody made that assumption, my friend.
I got to disagree.
Whether
as I'm liking this Obama guy, that's just not true. You weren't here yesterday. We went over some of the stats, and percentage of black guys that voted for Obama was 90 what? It was unbelievable.
95.
95. And I understand black people in general will vote for the Democrat,
yeah.
But I think those numbers are a bit higher than past elections.
Yeah.
And Whitey, what was the Whitey percentage?
43.
Yeah.
43. So,
See, isn't there a difference there?
And 50 what for McCain?
55% of the white vote went to McCain.
So that's...
So how much of the black vote?
That's 4%.
4%. So, I mean, come on.
4%.
Barack, come on. Come on. I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Some kind of
actually, what we
difference.
need to do is see the numbers of past elections and really compare. But I think that the black people voting for Obama, that's got to be a bit higher than usual.
What's Clinton? Can we check Bill Clinton's thing?
Yeah, we can go back and pull those.
So, I mean, come on.
But the numbers were interesting, too, because it was 50 million white voters voted for McCain, while 38 million voted for Obama.
Yeah.
So isn't that more than John Kerry got? That is, right?
I think it is.
That's a lot of people, man. I mean, I would be interested to see. Too bad we couldn't see it, but if he was a black Republican, honestly, I didn't think a black Democrat would get elected.
That I would like to.
That would be. It would have been an interesting.
Sure.
Right.
Let's say hi to Matt from the NYPD. Matt, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I can't tell you how many times since Obama's been elected, we'll bring in some crackhead, and either him or his family from the lobby will be yelling, "We got Obama now. This ain't going to last anymore."
But isn't that just like a stupid thing somebody would yell? Like that's right up there with like, yeah, McNabb had 3 touchdowns yesterday. It's a crack addict yelling it at you. You know what I mean?
And like Obama's going to make crack legal now. Like, so I'm sorry. Like,
all right, Matt. Matt's loving it. You're enjoying yourself out there. Very good.
It really is silly.
Hey, just a quickie, because I know we're going to get Dennis Leary on the radio in a few minutes here, but the Somalian pirate, he seizes the giant Saudi oil tanker, right? Where was he going to go with this?
Well, he's going to where it's like a haven, a safe haven off of Somalia that these pirates go to and offload their booty.
Sure.
Their booty. But I believe they will be holding this whole ship hostage. It's got 100 million barrels.
Yeah, $100 million.
$100 million worth of oil, whatever that is.
Does he think he's going to get away with this?
They have been. These pirates have been
I
getting
understand
away
that,
with
but
stuff.
an oil tanker?
They come across a British ship. Those Brits, man, they love their naval battles. Who did they?
What happened? Pirates approached them?
Well, they were trying to overtake some ship, and there was a British ship, small but a British military vessel in the area, and the pirates decided we're going to chase this ship away. And the Brits opened fire on the pirate ship, killing a number of them and making the rest put their little hands up and say, "Okay, we give."
Yeah, what are you doing, you dummies?
Yeah, they're in these little crappy boats. They got RPGs and stuff and machine guns, but like how is any ship going off the coast of Somalia not armed? Like, I don't know what the nautical are, what the rules are, but. You know, they should have some protection, these guys, because they can't come out of nowhere. It's not like they could hide behind something. You're in the ocean. And if you see something speeding up to you, give them ample warning and then blow the crap out of them, out of the water.
Just make a big splash around their boat. It'll capsize. And
yeah, they're in these nothing boats, and they're able to board these huge vessels.
I mean, come on.
It amazes me. Now they're on an oil tanker. Heading toward some safe haven.
Yeah.
There's actually a safe haven in Somalia where pirate vessels go where you can't go there. They will F you up.
No, they're getting the oil tanker back.
Yeah?
This guy's in deep doo-doo.
It's a lot of money.
He's going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a big tanker. Things like 3 times the size of an aircraft carrier. Wow. It's giant. How do you if I was the captain, it'd be like, okay, you steer this thing, dummy.
Yeah.
Let's see how
see what you can do.
Let's see where you can take this.
And how are they going to get the oil off the thing?
They have like cups.
They're just going to have
cups. They don't know what it's used for.
Yeah.
They're just going to drink it.
Yeah.
Put it in a big pot.
Big pools.
And cook guana in it.
They're probably going to make big oil swimming pools.
Yeah, oil pools.
A whole ship full of soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's big swimming pools with diving boards filled with oil.
Filled with oil.
They just,
why not?
what are they going to do?
It's just ridiculous. I don't see how this is happening so much over there. There ought to be just a huge military presence there to just blow these things out of the water. They're just these savage friggin' criminals. They are on the high seas. And what vessel's going over there? I understand, you got to cut it close when you're going around the Cape over there or whatever, but for the love of God, stay away. Those little ships can't go too far out.
Yeah.
It'd be nuts.
What balls, though?
It really is a ballsy move.
That's a quarter of Saudi Arabia's daily export.
Right. Wow.
What balls to go, let's steal that.
Steal it.
Have they killed anybody yet?
Oh, yeah.
They don't mess around.
They're good at that.
There have been almost 100 attempts, and 36 ships have been hijacked this year alone.
What, the other 74, they fought them off?
Yeah, there were some that were fought off. And India has a few military vessels in there, and they fought off an attack on like a Philippines chemical tanker the other day.
A cruise ship got away once. They got hit in the side with an RPG. It just left like a scuff on the side. And then they just went full speed ahead and outran them with a cruise ship.
Why don't we go there and just slap them around? Just slap them around for an afternoon. They'll never do this again.
They should be, yeah.
They would never do this again.
I want to go there on a cruise.
Somalia?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun? Just hanging off your balcony with a gun. They give guns out to everybody. Have fun, man.
When you go on
shoot the pirate game.
When you go on a cruise, they just stop off in ports. Imagine they just, all right, here we are. Everyone
Somalia.
off. Everyone off the boat for the afternoon.
I didn't know about the
Enjoy.
Somalia port.
Leave your genitals in this basket here.
Kind of like that scene from Jaws when that older couple's forced to go in the water, so everyone else goes in the water. Right?
Why don't you take a swim?
But I don't want
Stupid
to.
mayor.
I think that's the one place, because my manager, Jonathan, travels everywhere, and he travels alone.
That's the only place he won't go?
I think he said it's the one place he would not go.
There's got to be a
It's
few
Somalia.
others.
No, he's crazy.
When are we going to get him on the show?
All right, whenever we want, he'll be on. He's just.
We say that every time. We got to book him.
Well, yeah, he'll just come on. He's just in L.A. He's sleeping right now.
I've seen his pics one day with you. It's just ridiculous.
He's a big child. He makes scrapbooks.
What was the...
He makes giant scrapbooks.
Where was he when the king was parading and it looked like an Idi Amin type king? He was in some African village. I'm like, what are you, crazy?
I don't know.
And the king was in the back of like a convertible.
Do you understand? He has photos with like rebels in the woods.
Yeah.
He literally does.
know.
And he was telling me how he had to pass like from one country to another, and he bribed the guy with a pen, but the guy was like insulted and wanted his watch. Like he gets into these weird situations.
Take the pen.
This guy does well in Hollywood, and when it's time to take a few days off, this is what he does. What was the one story he told us where he got on a plane with animals? Because that's just how it is.
Some African airline where they're very, very... it's obviously not a good airline.
It's one of those puddle jumper planes, and they go from like village to village or what have you, and people board the plane with animals.
They just must fly those till they crash.
Yeah, they really do.
I can't imagine there's any maintenance done on them. They just fuel them up and fly them till they crash.
He said the security thing was broken, and he got on with like a bunch of knives too. But he was, it's amazing.
Yeah.
His, then you look at his office, and he's got a photo shaking hands with Castro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really
Is that a
creepy.
big photo, Jimmy?
It's
one of the biggest?
Yeah.
I think Castro would be a big one.
Yeah, and then there's, I told you the story, but
Can you think of a bigger one?
Lennon.
What, John Lennon?
Castro ran a country. Lennon sang a few songs.
Lennon walked around New York. All right, he's dead. Dude.
Lennon.
The only reason because he's dead.
Yeah, well, he got a Lennon memorial in Cuba. In a park.
Still, though, Castro, much harder to get than Lennon.
Lennon.
No.
Lennon's the hardest. He's dead.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You can't get dead people.
all right,
So
on
then
that-
Napoleon.
George Washington.
Let's say hi to Greg in Baltimore. Greg.
Hey, how you doing? I saw a special not too long ago on like Discovery Channel or something, but these people that have these ships, they're not allowed to bring weapons on their ship for some kind of law or reason. I don't know why, but they had a new weapon out now that blasts out this real loud sound that they fought off. This one ship they showed fought off these pirates, but these guys go in there and just they kill these people and kidnap these captains and stuff, and then hold them up for millions of dollars for ransom.
Sound?
They usually always pay it.
Here's what you do then. Water cannons, like in Waterworld.
Yeah.
Remember the atoll?
No evidence.
They had those big water cannons, and then you could just pump the water right out of the ocean, and then you have a high-powered pump that just squirts it out, and then you capsize the boats and leave them there.
Give them a salty treat.
Let them swim for the 3 seconds they know how to swim.
Yeah.
And then blub, blub right to the bottom.
All right, let's say hi to Brian. Brian, how are you?
He started up front.
I know.
Hey, boys,
Flunk us out.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Brian?
Hey, Hey, boys, I'm calling Bravo Sierra on that last caller because one of the big things in the private contracting world right now is contracts to get on these boats. You have to be a qualified sniper and, like, ex-special forces and stuff. But they have
where were
contracts
they?
out there now.
Well, where are they?
Yeah.
Well, if they're killing dudes, you ain't going to hear about it.
You think the
only time you hear about it is
Saudis
when they
would
are
have it,
successful
though?
taking something.
You think they would have all the precautions?
Saudi oil, that much Saudi oil, you'd think they'd, yeah.
The hell
They'd have some guy on there.
How the hell do you board a tanker? Did they let a rope down so the guy could come on board?
Ladders.
They threaten them with RPGs, I guess, or explosives, and say, let us on, and we're blowing your boat up.
Oh,
It said they're so full they're real easy to board, and this thing was loaded with 2 million barrels.
All right. Jesus. We love the Somalian pirate stories, that's for sure. Quick break. I think Dennis Leary's here. We'll talk to him next. His new book is Why We Suck. Opie and Anthony. Oh, I love this. Opie and Anthony. Dennis Leary's already off and running.
I am off and running.
Talking about CBGBs.
My mic is not on. Is it on? I can't hear myself.
Yeah, you're on.
Give him some headphone there.
Headphone here.
Little headphone volume for you, man.
See.
CBGBs.
Hi.
You used to work there?
Hi. No, I mean, I worked for bands that...
Oh, you had to, like, load and unload?
One of my career... Well, I guess actually at that time it was really what I did for a job. Let's be honest. I was a roadie for many. No, I liked it actually.
That's not a fun job.
Look, I was working for a guy for.
If you were doing it for Zeppelin, maybe.
As far as I was concerned,
it was Zeppelin.
It was Zeppelin because it was friends of mine's bands that Adam Roth, my guitar player,
sure,
in my comedy band. We used to be called, I can't say the name of the band, the A-Hole Band, but now we've changed it to the Crown Royals featuring the Rehab Horns. Our backup singers are called the Enablers. The guys change the name of the band; they get tired. But anyways, Adam was in several different bands, and I was working for my friends. So it was fun. But the subject was CBGBs.
It's the Legendary Punk Club. They finally closed down because they couldn't keep it open anymore because they weren't paying their bills. Blah blah blah.
Right, so. and let's be honest, it was I don't know how
crap.
It was a crap hole. It was a crap hole, as it should have been. It was a famous punk and rock and roll club.
Yeah.
But, now that it's closed and it's a John Varvatos clothing store, I'm really happy because I like John Varvatos' stuff, plug, and I like going in there. But, back in the day, it was a great rock and roll club, but it was $7 at Budweiser in 1978, and he never paid people the amount of money they were supposed to get paid. And like all club owners, that's as it should be.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, And like when Patti Smith was protesting outside the place with all these people when they were going to close it down, saying, save CBGBs. Now, put in a clothing store.
Why save it?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom in there, when there was no door and no seat on the toilet.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
where was the money for the seat on the... How much does it cost to buy a toilet seat?
Yeah.
Okay? The Ramones, soda water money. That, of course, they never drank that stuff when they were playing. You could have bought they could have brought a toilet seat from Brooklyn.
And it always looked like a baboon had gone in there and just flung feces around.
Hey, listen, the Baboons were a great band. Yeah. The fact that they didn't know how to go to the bathroom
warmed up for
was not their fault.
The Ramones. Well, the funny part is that all these big rock guys protesting CBGB's closing. One of those guys should just bought the damn thing. They can afford it.
Yeah,
and keep it open.
Why Debbie Harry was outside, right?
All these people.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Keep it open.
I wasn't there. I was at the other protest across the street saying, "Open a clothing store now."
That is New York. You got the old time New Yorkers trying to keep this city like it was when they first moved here. I guess. Gives a crap.
Hey, listen. I was here. I wasn't living here until sometime in the 80s. I was splitting my time between Boston and New York, but I was here a lot in the late 70s and obviously a lot in the 80s, and it sucked. Let's be honest. There were crackheads everywhere. There used to be a guy named Angel on my block on 1st and 9th who he was great. He was the local drug dealer, but also you could tell him like, "Hey, here's an extra $10. Watch my car," and he'd sit on your car and deal drugs. So I mean. There were nice things about it, but it sucked.
Because you had to tell people to watch your car, though.
Exactly. Remember the no radio signs?
That was, no radio.
Wow. No radio, no seats, no floor in the car.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No battery.
You had to put a sign on.
But
you had to come out in the morning to go to work with a car battery under one arm, your stereo under the other, the steering wheel, the friggin' steering wheel then had what was that thing? The club on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the other one that went down to the brake pedal.
But don't you think the criminals were on to us when everyone started doing the no radio sign?
No, you know what it was? They were so hyped up on crack.
Yeah.
And crack was so cheap
Yeah.
that it really wasn't just that. I remember you started with the no radio signs, and then you had to really get down to like, there's nothing in this car. Because they would steal anything. If it was worth $5, a pack of cigarettes they would steal to sell the guys to get crack.
Yeah, you couldn't leave it on your dash or anything.
No, you
a pack
couldn't.
of cigarettes up there.
The good old days, though. It was an adventure out there.
Your
It was.
change from the toll money left in the console.
Yeah.
True.
Gone.
It was true.
Just a
Fuck.
dopey kid from Long Island. I would go to Times Square and see the pimps, the whores, the drug dealers, get my fake ID.
The good
Now
old
it's-
days.
Now
It was
it's Disneyland down there.
Like Taxi Driver. It was like
It was completely
the
like that.
steam coming out of every hole in the street and hookers
You
everywhere.
were a dopey kid from Long Island?
Still am.
Who knew?
Still am. I'm trying to up
Who
my
knew?
game, but still am. You know, I just watched King of Comedy again. I love that movie, and they had a shot at Times Square, and that movie was only, what, mid-'80s?
82, I think.
80.
Is it 82?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
pretty early.
Right after Raging Bull.
Oh, my, all right, then never mind. Because they showed Times Square, and it was still very, very gritty.
It was close to Raging Bull.
Yeah, it was Scorsese. I think it was
82.
De Niro's movie right after it, or Scorsese's.
I thought it
yeah.
was later. Okay, whatever. But the book, Dennis, come on.
The
Why We
book,
Suck.
baby. Why We Suck.
A feel-good guide to staying fat, loud, lazy, and stupid.
Yes, I'm very proud of this book.
Are you over the autism controversy?
Well, I have a couple things I'd like to say about that.
Really?
Yeah. Louis C.K. wrote that chapter.
Louis is like, thank you.
Yeah, if there's anything else in the book you don't like, Bill Hicks wrote that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Louis C.K. for a second, okay?
Yeah.
Then we'll get into autism. Apparently somebody has contacted Louis.
Oh, he's told the story on our show.
I know. And so I heard about it. I didn't hear it. Somebody contacted Eddie Brill from the Letterman show, who's an old friend of mine, contacted Louis and said, hey, Chris Phillips wrote the A-Hole song with Dennis. And actually, it was Chris's idea. He's the one who came up with the riff, and it tumbled out of our heads. And when he told Louis said, oh, my God, I should call Chris Phillips and apologize. No call to me, though. Apparently, the lines that Chris wrote in the A-Hole song are fine, but I stole all the lines I wrote from Louis C.K.
Wow.
So, and Louis, by the way, the money I gave you to make that movie was not guilt money. I had no idea you thought I stole your material. I actually believed in you as a filmmaker. Period. That's the end of that story.
No, it's
What movie did you give him money to?
now.
I don't even want to get into it. I gave him money to make a movie because I believed him as a filmmaker. Apparently, he said on your show that he thought it was blood guilt money.
Well,
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it
You know
was
what's
guilt
funny?
money,
We
yeah.
do our show every day, and I swear to God, I vaguely remember Louis saying that there was a
Well,
problem
I just
with
wanted
the,
to go on the record.
the A-Hole song with Dennis Leary, and now I got to go listen to what Louis said to bring it all together.
No, you don't have to listen to it. Whatever.
All right.
I just wanted to say it publicly. As far as the autism thing goes, and I hope there's people out there listening up. You know, before the autism thing broke in the New York Post, which was a paragraph taken out of context from the autism chapter.
They never do that.
Yeah. I got a review from Publishers Weekly, which is, a way in advance review. They gave the book a 4-star review, which is a big thing for a comedy book or any book from Publishers Weekly.
Sure.
And they, amongst other things, called it wildly entertaining. These are respectable people. If they thought I was slamming autistic kids, I think they would have cited it. So they didn't. They gave it a great review. Here's the deal. The paragraph in particular that people think is about autistic kids and their parents is not about autistic kids and their parents. It's about people who are trying to get low-level diagnoses. This is a real issue in the autism community for their kids who have things like ADD or in general are badly behaved. So inattentive parents are now, believe it or not, trying to get their kids diagnosed and designated as special needs so they have a way to explain away
Why
their bad
kid
parenting and why their kids
is a
misbehave.
jackass.
Now, and in the chapter I talk about just one in particular autistic child that I know that I've known her whole life. And how offensive it is to me that people would think that they could jump on this boom in autism and get their kids included. You know,
Well, that is taken out of context.
That's a little
taken out of
different than what we
context,
read, man.
And I talk about Asperger's syndrome and people who really have that. And then in particular, I talk about Augustin Burroughs' brother, who in my opinion, I read his book and I listened to him get interviewed on the radio, had self-diagnosed himself after he made tons of money as a KISS roadie and technical whiz. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's part of this whole victim thing. So like I talk about SAD too, a seasonal affective disorder. People
Mm-hmm.
who say, "Oh, when the leaves fall off the trees, I get really depressed and I eat a lot and I sleep a lot and I drink too much and yeah, it's called winter, okay? We all have that problem. That's why we invented skiing and ice hockey. What a
coincidence! It's sad.
Once this thing took off, it was impossible to get people, and it may still be impossible for me to get people to realize what I was really talking about. But just to put it in perspective, like I said, I think if you read the book, and I've actually heard from people now who have read the chapter because we put it out through Autism Speaks, through their organization online so people could read it, who have complete strangers from the autism community who have contacted me to say, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is a problem. This is an issue. This is one of those things that just goes on because, the real problem is they don't have federal funding or health insurance coverage. These people have to actually sue back against their own school districts to try to get the money that they spend. Because, kids who are really autistic need to have hands-on teaching. They need to have a 1-to-1 ratio or a 3-to-1 ratio. So that's what the real issue is. And that's why I found it so offensive that there were people that were saying, you know what, I want to get my kids included in this because, that way I can explain why my kids are misbehaving, et cetera, et cetera.
It's not my fault. Did Jenny McCarthy badmouth? I know she's involved in
you
it.
can't. Everybody,
man. I was
okay. And just in terms of human math, you guys know I do this Cam Neely benefit every year. We just did. Yeah. I said this on stage Saturday night because we just did our 14th.
Thomas, come home.
I said, because my local newspaper, the Boston Herald, had slammed me as well. I said, why would I on a Saturday night in Boston for the 14th time raise money to help kids with cancer, and then on Tuesday publish a book that attacks autistic kids? It doesn't make any sense. So from the beginning, I said, read the book, and then tell me. Now, it's still possible that I may not have worded it correctly enough for everybody to get it, but there's no way I'm talking about autistic kids who are truly autistic and their parents dealing with that issue.
But even if, here's the thing, the problem with everybody. You're a comedian, and even if you are making fun of that stuff, it's allowed.
That was my other argument.
It's allowed.
It's a comedy book. I'm a comedy doctor. I'm discussing autism, not defining it. But, by the way, as a comedian, where's the point of view in making fun of autistic kids? There is none. Your point of view is in the ridiculous part of it, which is these parents whose kids are misbehaving and whose kids are self-indulged, and these parents going and trying to get these kids included in a low-level part of that spectrum. That's offensive and therefore needs to be. I mean, to me, that's the comedy target. You know what I mean?
But it's like nobody says to Stephen King, "Why did you write a book where the clown murders children?" Nobody says that because they understand there's an entertainment value in a clown murdering children. For 1,100
Did he write a
pages.
book about a clown murdering?
Oh yeah,
that
man.
son of a bitch.
Yes.
Who does he think he
likes
is?
killing kids.
But you understand they don't question that. But comedians, for some reason, we always have to explain away, and all of us have to do it. Why we decided to poke fun at something. Everybody should just drop dead. When you know it's said in humor, all bets are off, whether you like it or not.
By the way, I think I have no answer for why the newspaper misquoted it.
Because they suck.
But here's my belief. I think because when you look at the chapter titles in Why We Suck, hey, look, I knew what I was doing. There's a lot of funny chapter titles.
They're great.
And there's a lot. Listen, you could take the chapter, Please Drug Your Children. That's one of the titles in one of the chapters. You could take that one and say that I'm trying to drug everybody's kids.
Yeah.
You could take We'd Hate You Even If You Weren't Black and say I'm a racist. I'm not, and I discuss racism in the chapter, but if you're just going through the book and picking things out, it's easy to take things.
How about Famous Dead Kids or Your Kids Are Not Cute?
By the way,
I love the chapter names.
Famous Dead Kids is one of my favorites because that discusses all these. It's talking to parents about please don't put your kids in show business, until they're adults,
right?
Because I just list all the dead kids, all the famous dead kids just in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Really, there's two who have survived as professionals, Ron Howard and Jodie Foster. And then there's a number of kids from Bonaducci through Todd Bridges. I actually go through Todd Bridges' whole life, where his career started and all the legal lawsuits between his parents and his criminal record. And I mean, it's when you put all that stuff on paper, all these kids.
It's a lot.
It's unbelievable.
Dana Plateau.
All of them. I mean, it's, Gary Coleman. But there's a lot of them that died. They either killed themselves or, ended up accidentally killing themselves.
I'm sorry, but you got flack too for the title. Matt Dillon's a big fag. You're friends with Matt, aren't you?
Yeah, and here's the idea behind that. Another one. That's another one the Post quoted. That chapter's about how guys talk to each other.
What a surprise.
How we nickname each other.
Yeah.
And how women don't. You know how women never have nicknames for each other? As a matter of fact, they call each other by their full name but if Meg's her nickname, they call her Meg. But they never call, they don't do last names. Hey, Leary. Hey, Nort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we call, I can say that because you guys
Yeah, in that
we
context.
call each other fags all the time,
Yeah.
right? Hey, you big fag, whatever. And it's all about that's how guys refer to each other.
Yeah.
And if a guy's missing a left eye, you call him either righty or lefty. So anything that goes wrong with a guy, if a guy has cancer of the testicles and loses one, you
one ball.
Yeah,
you
one
call
ball.
him Lance
So
Armstrong.
that's the way we work, right? That's how we work. Of
course we
that's
do.
what that chapter's about.
We're not allowed to do that in society
And the
anymore.
Post, by the way, even went out of their way to say that not only that was that controversial, but that the homosexual community was up in arms about it, and that the interview with the Advocate that I did was a negative interview, when in fact they loved the book.
Oh, good.
I mean, it's unbelievable the stuff that they,
God, just either out of context or just straight out lying. Unbelievable. The whole thing with calling your buddy a fag or faggot, that got way out of hand because you never meant it sexually.
No.
It was always
As
like,
a matter of fact,
it's like you want to go out. What are you doing? You're going to stay in tonight? Don't be a faggot. Get in the car and let's go.
my older brother Kiwi.
Kiwi? Why Kiwi? Small.
I'll tell you that story in a little bit, but my brother Kiwi, there's a lot of stuff in the book about Kiwi and growing up.
Yeah.
And we always had to share a room. We started in the attic when my parents had an apartment on the third story of a 3-decker. My brother and I lived in the attic like bats. And then when they moved, we lived in the basement of my mom's house. So my brother and I were always in this tiny space and just beating the crap out of each other. But we literally, for about 15 years, we never said each other's names. We just called each other faggot and fag. Hey, fag, let's go. It's time to go to school. Faggot, get up. Hey, faggot, where's my record? Where's my shirt, faggot? That's what we called each other.
Yeah.
So that's in the book a million times.
That's awesome.
My brother would call me faggot at the dinner table, and my parents wouldn't bat an eye.
It's because
Of course
that's
not.
what
That's
you
just how it
did.
was.
The big
all my
fag took my
friends.
thing. Hey, the little fag took my thing. That's how we referred to each other.
All of my
So-
friends were a bunch of fags.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, what are you doing?
My
You
brother
faggot?
had a football team, a pickup football team called the Fags. They had shirts that said the Fags on it. Come on.
Hey, we got a
And
side.
by the way, some of my best friends are fags.
Yeah, there you go.
I've known Mario Cantone since since
forever.
1975.
And both of my coworkers are.
Easy.
Hey, you can't prove that.
Assad in Boston has.
Here's a
Hey, by the way, Jim, did you have a second book come out?
Yeah, he
I did.
I'm such an idiot. I'm going to admit to this. Yeah, I've never had a book out before. So I just thought I was going to, last night I was sitting home, I go, hey, this is kind of a big moment for me. I order all my stuff off Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ordered my own book.
Nice.
Just so it's like voting. I wanted to vote for myself. Anyways, this is so funny. When I punched in, the one click, cling, clang, Dennis Leary, you've ordered Dennis Leary. What
You might like.
they said you might like. The first one up is your second book.
cool.
And I went, Jesus, Jim has a book. Wow, They think as soon as I order this thing, it goes right to Jim Norton.
That's great for Jimmy.
Hopefully that's
you
good
just
for
made
me.
Jimmy's day.
Thanks. Yeah. Bye,
When did that
Dennis's.
come out?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, so it's you, me, and Artie Lang fighting it out in the bookstores.
Yeah, I mean,
You sons of bitches! How dare you?
I'm happy though.
You guys couldn't spread these out a little bit?
No, they a week apart's good though. Look,
All
I
right.
hit the list. You'll certainly hit it. Artie will hit it. Look,
What list?
bestseller list.
How many books do you have to sell to be on the bestseller
I
list?
don't know because I know the
you'll be there,
competition is
Dennis.
disgusting.
Wait, you were on the bestseller list with the first book.
Yeah, that's just what I do. I mean, like, wow, I'm on the bestseller. It's my thing.
Wait. So you don't know how many books you have?
I never asked. I probably should ask.
He
I don't
doesn't
know
wanna
how it
know.
works. I don't know.
So this one that you have out now is going to go on the bestseller list.
It's for the November 23rd paper. It's on the Times bestseller list, which ended this week.
Okay, now, see, I'm going to get screwed here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
It goes
You're
to
on the
the-
bestseller list. Artie's going to get on. And then, I'm going to be the man
You'll be
left
there.
out.
But
No, I
it
won't.
doesn't work that way,
You'll
though,
be up
because
there.
this week, I don't know if I'll stay on the list.
Right.
Like last year, I was on for 5 weeks, but I was on for 4, and then I came off the list, and then I came back on. It happens like that. You'll definitely get on it. You're Dennis Leary. I mean, everybody knows who you are.
See, that's the problem.
You got a lot of press around. I knew your book was coming out. I thought your book was already out. You were getting so much people
But
talking
that's
about
what's going to
the
happen.
book.
Everybody's going to
Jimmy.
go, oh, the book's not available anymore. It's been out for too
Could
long.
you give sympathy to the guy with the hit TV show?
That's what I'm saying. You're doing a signing. They took out a big. You're smart. He's doing a signing tonight, and the signings are good. You should do them because they really do help.
That's
with
what they
sales.
told me. Actually, you know what they told me, Jimmy? You're going to love to hear this. Is they said Jim Norton did this. He did this book signing, then he went and did this book signing, and he went to Chicago.
Yep.
That's why I'm going to Chicago, because of you.
I did all that last year. I did. It helped a lot too, man, because you're going to do an independent store too. Probably. I don't know if you're doing one in Jersey. If you're doing,
I don't know.
They should be doing independent stores, but they're fun to do, and people do word of mouth, man. It helps with book sales a
certainly
lot.
does. Yeah.
And
I gotta
tonight,
tell you, that intro to your first book is one of the classic comedy book things of all time. The Colin Quinn thing.
oh yeah, it's great, right?
And he didn't read the book, and then he did read the book.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
That was very,
people
very
still. I
clever.
still hear people talking about that.
Yeah, Colin was just great. You know, 2 pages. It was the perfect
Really
introduction.
funny.
Dennis,
Really funny.
you hanging for a while?
Yeah, why do I have to leave?
No, we don't want you to. We're
What do I
making
do?
sure you. Well, we got to take a break.
Let me
that's all.
plug Dennis's signing real quick. Tonight,
Yeah.
6:30.
Oh.
You're smart tonight because you're doing it 6:30. It's a good time at Borders and Penn Station. It's like you hop on the train, you just go there. It's a perfect time to get your book and you get it signed. It's a great place for a signing. I did mine there, but I did it later like an idiot.
And I'm happy to see because I did follow the controversy in the
Did you
press.
guys read this book, by the way?
We just got it yesterday.
They delivered them yesterday
How about you
afternoon.
give us an advance copy. I would have read the whole thing.
How about Lydia
You
Will
could've-
sends me one?
You could have read it last night.
Well, no, we got it. I shouldn't
Today.
even say yesterday. We were handed these about 10 minutes before you got
And
here.
I said to Steve, when did these get here? And he goes, they were delivered yesterday afternoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I do want to say, because the controversy, it was following in the press. So
I like the pictures.
So I get the book today.
Yes.
And I open it up, and I'm proud to say the autism chapter is still in here, because I'm like, watch what happens. They're going to yank
Oh
it out
no
of the
no no
book.
no 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 no! I never.
I'm so happy
I
that
never
it's in
thought
here.
it. No,
Good.
because listen, you know what? I apologized.
Good.
I mean, I did it privately as well, but I apologized in public with a statement that I didn't never apologize for what I wrote. I apologized for the fact that it was, you know, perceived a certain way and for the effect that had on these families. So, like I said, I mentioned this one family and this one child.
You know how things go. All of a sudden, they would rip the chapter out. It's like, good.
Well, no,
it's
I
not.
didn't.
It's
didn't,
in there.
I wanted
We're
to
happy.
be what it was.
Good.
You know, my intentions were clear.
All right, more with Dennis Leary. Why We Suck is the new book. A feel-good guide to staying fat, loud, lazy, and stupid. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Opie and Anthony, we got Dennis Leary in studio. We could talk to you all day, Dennis.
Really?
We love when you come in. Why We Suck, a feel-good guide to staying fat, loud, lazy, and stupid is the name of the new book. It's going to do very, very well.
Yeah, and it got crap already from these morons who took it out of context and stuff. But
boy, what a surprise!
That's great, though. I mean, that's what you kind of want when a book comes out. You want people talking about it. It's not like
Well, you know, I didn't want people talking about it under that. You know, when I wrote it, obviously, and when it was getting ready to be sent out to people, I wanted people. I mean, look, I've never been accused of being a middle-of-the-road comic. I know I'm provocative and I'm shocking and I'm a lot of things, but stupid is... I've been incredibly stupid in my personal life, and my mom and my wife and my kids can tell you lots of stories about it, and even Lenny about how stupid I've been, but as a comic, I've never been stupid, you know, so... I wanted to provoke, and I wanted to, like I said before, there's no comedy point of view in making fun of kids who have autism. I wouldn't write a chapter about making fun of kids with autism because, to me, you know, where is the funny part there? There is a funny part to be found when people are trying to jump on, the boom in autism and get their kids included on the outside part of the spectrum. You know what I mean? So that's what I was talking about. And there are going to be people that will never ever understand the point of view of this chapter because they will have only reacted and seen what they first saw. And
sure.
I can't do anything about those people, but, you know, I just want to make it clear to people what my intentions were and what I was really writing about. And like I said, to me, one of the best examples is Publishers Weekly of somebody that published a review of the book, you know, about a week before this New York Post thing happened. They never even mentioned autism because obviously in the context of the book, they knew how everything fit together.
And the great thing, though, is that it's written down. So it's like whenever they take a verbal quote out, it's kind of hard to get people to go get the audio. But it's like, hey, dummy, here it is. It's written down. Just read it.
Right.
It's like they can't get around the fact that they didn't read it if they didn't read it because it's not going to change.
Well, there's not much you can do about it. And by the way, there's plenty of other people in the book to be offended by what I wrote, and hopefully there will be. Because I mean, to me, the chapter on racism, man. You know, I start out by talking about the stereotypes and the whole politically correct thing, which tries to erase the facts that we all know about each other.
Right.
Ethnic background, racial background, whatever. You know, all these stereotypes that we've had for years that apparently now no longer exist.
Yeah,
right?
they all went
and we
away.
wipe them like Irish people
We've
don't drink and
transcended.
beat each other up,
Yeah.
right? Listen, I'm Irish. I have some experience with that. So I spent a whole chapter talking about that because I started... the reason I wrote that chapter was because I had it in the back of my head, and I was sick and tired of hearing about it. And then Naomi Campbell, when she got arrested on that plane, tried to claim that it was racism.
Yeah.
that actually they were racist, and that's why they lost her bags and everything else. And that's where I started, taking Naomi's case on and then just running down the line as to, what makes us different is part of what makes us, what makes this country so great. It's also what makes us funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Years ago in the Post, actually, I wrote a piece. I just remembered this now. It's in the chapter. They asked me to write a piece about St. Patrick's Day, right? I didn't have a book coming out. This is probably 12, 13 years ago. I wrote a thing about the St. Patrick's Day parade. I have it framed somewhere in my office. It was a 2-page spread, and it was basically about a bunch of Irish guys who go to the parade and get drunk and beat each other up and end up getting arrested with their Puerto Rican friend whose face is painted green, right? And the Irish Anti-Defamation League threatened to sue me because of the New York Post thing. Right. And my response was, I sent them a letter and I said, listen, if you want to take me to court, that's fine. But I'll just get the news channels from the last 20 years since the invention of the news to get me footage of Irish guys. I've been there.
Yeah.
Beating the crap out of each other with their faces painted green. I'll even get some Puerto Rican guys that'll join in. And they backed off because they knew there was footage. There's footage probably get ready for the footage from this year. I mean, it's just that there's things that are true and there's things that people wish wasn't true, but it's
that's just the way it is.
Naomi Campbell, nobody hates you because you're black, okay? People might hate you because you're beautiful or because you're a bitch, but they don't hate you because you're black. You can't hit people with phones and and expect to get away with it. It has nothing to do with being black, okay?
She's like a Sesame Street character. She walks down the street, there's just a giant C over her head at all times. She's the worst. Overprivileged snot. Dennis, if they give you flack, I don't know if you want to get this harsh, but you should say, go jump in the lake.
Jimmy, calm down now.
That's crazy.
Don't get me started.
Wow, you're out of your mind.
You got a whole chapter on the Olympics. You call it the A-hole Olympics.
Yes.
You weren't a fan?
Well, it's not just these Olympics. It's
just in general?
It's actually, it's taking the Olympic premise and saying, why can't we have an Olympics for all, not just the athletes, but, all the a-holes.
Right.
Rush Limbaugh, I think there's something that we can broadcast it. It can be pay-per-view. We can make money off it, give it to charity. You know what I mean? There's plenty of a-holes out there, especially in this country. Right. So,
Yeah.
There's tons of them. And also, a lot of the book is about my mom. When you guys get a chance to read it, because my mother is sort of the through line. Talking about raising children and how we all were raised with the sense of right and wrong. And I don't know about you guys, but in where I was brought up, if you wanted self-esteem, you had to actually earn it. Like if you wanted a trophy, you had to win it.
Yeah.
Not everybody got a trophy.
Thank you.
Know what I mean?
We talk about that all the time.
You didn't hit the baseball off the tee. You actually learned how to hit a baseball that was thrown by another guy.
Thank
so
you.
that if it hit you in the face and crushed your face, you knew to not crowd the plate. Those were the days, right?
Thank you.
And we kept score because we learned that losing sucks. You know what I mean? So with self-esteem, now you have a generation of kids. I mean, I work with a couple of these guys where they don't understand why everything they do
But how do we get this?
doesn't get a round of applause.
what
But then it's
happened?
because
I
what you did
ruled.
just sucked.
I ruled when I was a kid.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened?
I
No,
know.
you didn't.
But we understand that. We talk about that a lot on our show. How did it get through, though? How did we accept this?
I
That
didn't accept it.
Every kid is a winner. My little nephew plays football. They got like a rule: if one team's up by too much, they take the offense out and have to put the scrubs in to play offense. It's like, that's insane.
What are you playing for?
Exactly.
What
in the end, what are you playing for?
Yeah, seriously.
And if the score gets too crazy, then you don't even play offense until the other team gets the score down. So now you're playing defense the whole time.
So what
until
do you
they finally
teach?
score.
Actually, you know what you're doing?
You're teaching the kids to let them score because you really want to play offense.
Everything's great. Anything you do is great. Well, not everything you do is great. Okay.
Not when you get in the real world. That's when these kids are going to be really surprised.
But I think that's one of the big problems right now, which is what I talk about in the book. And my mom, what I did is I called my mom up, and I didn't want a tape recorder, so I told her, "Mom, I'm calling you. I'm writing this book." And first she was like panicked. She was like, "What, did they fire from the TV show? What happened to the movies and the TV show?" I was like, "No, they're paying me money."
It's nice to know everyone's
It's unbelievable.
Calls.
You know,
I get those too.
Right.
Everything's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. The checks will keep coming.
You doing that St. Patrick's thing again, are you? All moms are the same, right? You know, it's funny. We just did this tribute to George Carlin because he got the Mark Twain Award in Washington, and there was a clip that Jon Stewart interviewed him years ago, and they ran this clip, and he talked about the same thing. He said when he first did Class Clown and he took on the Catholic Church and the 7 Dirty Words, his mother was really pissed off, right? And, there's nobody more against organized religion than George Carlin.
Yeah.
But apparently, he's from Morningside Heights, Apparently his mother was walking around one day and there were a couple of younger nuns from the parish, And she got into a conversation, and they asked how George was doing, and she apologized to the nuns, for George. And they said, actually, some of the stuff we've seen, your son do on TV, he's kind of making this point. He's saying this and this and this about those words. And, yes, they're dirty words, but he has a point. And then she was like, oh, and she called George and said, the nun said it's okay what you're doing. So, I mean, it's hysterical.
Now she was okay with it, right?
You still have the mom giving you either crap.
Well, my mother, I actually ended up, I make fun of Dr. Phil. I make fun of a lot of different things in this book. But for child rearing, I would call my mom. I'd say, Mom, what about this? I don't remember this, and she's throughout the book. And at the end, I turned in the book, and the A-Hole Olympics was the last chapter, and the publisher said, you can't end the book this way. You got to call your mom again and wrap it up. And I'm not kidding you. After I made fun of Dr. Phil and raising kids and everything else, I called my mom up, and it's in the book. I transcribed it as I was talking to her, and when I got off the phone, I make sure I remembered everything that she said. Dr. Phil was blasting in the background. It's the last chapter in the book. I couldn't even hear. I said, what are you watching? She's like, oh, Dr. Phil. And she goes on this whole rant about Dr. Phil. It's in the book. So it was almost like Kismet. You know what I mean? It's like worked out nice.
So why was she watching Dr. Phil? Just so she could hate him?
My mom.
Because I watch stuff just so I could hate it.
Yeah, see, my mom, because my mom's 81, and literally she walks 5 miles a day. She's going to live to be 126. She never smoked. She never drank, right? She's a lunatic. She's about, 5'2". And my mother, you'll see in the book.
How did that happen?
She's just one of the funniest, women you'll ever meet. But she's from Ireland. She's from the countryside. There's no bull about my mom. She just, like, when she describes the grandchildren, if you walked in and there was 6 grandchildren, she literally go, that's the smart one, that's the dumb one. We don't know if he's retarded or not. He can run fast and he writes pretty good. Like, she just is a cut to the chase type person.
Yeah, good.
So, what was my point? Where was I going with this?
I don't know. That was funny.
I asked if she watches Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah. So she raised all these kids, my kids and my nieces and my nephews. And my son Jack is about 18 years old now, and a bunch of the cousins are in that same general age group. So then when they were growing up, they watched Cribs, Pimp My Ride, the Ozzy Osbourne show. This is what they watched MTV all the time, and my mom would watch it with them. So my mom literally, her favorite show at one point was the Osbournes. Her second favorite show was Pimp My Ride. Nice. So my little Irish mother would go, I think that Ozzy Osbourne's a good father. And I'd go like, Ma, you're kidding me, right? She's like, no, they make fun of him too much. And then she'd talk about Pimp My Ride. Did you see the one where they took the thing? Did you see that house that Puff Daddy lives in? This is my mother. Unbelievable.
As long as she's not saying Snoop Dogg, I can see how a girl could fall for him.
I never asked her about Snoop Dogg. She might be a fan. Who knows? So,
I was asking you off mic, rescue me. You're killing us. It's been way too long. When are the new episodes hitting?
We're still shooting. We're halfway
season
through.
Season 5, right?
It's season 5 and season 6 combined, so it's one big. It's
nice.
22 or 24 episodes.
And you're gonna run them like just
one after the other.
So no break in between.
No, it comes on in April, runs all the way through into the fall.
Oh, how great is that?
And I can't. I'm biased. I'm obviously involved in the process, but we really feel this is like the best season we've ever done. The actors are all popping. I was telling you guys off during the commercial about Mike J. Fox. Michael Fox is playing a character in the first 5 episodes this year. It's a role. It's a dramatic role that has comic elements to it, and it's a grand slam, man. He's never done anything like this. He was so unbelievable as this character, and not just the stuff that we wrote. He brought a lot of stuff to it. He was improvising things. It was exciting as hell. It really was.
You said you're going to piss off America with this.
Who knows?
Because he's like America's sweetheart, and now he's what, like a pill popping?
Yeah, and by the way, he's got another book coming out.
Yeah,
yeah, he's got a book about hope coming out.
And you also said that he
was writing it, by the way. And he was writing it supposedly at the same time I was writing my book, and I kept on, I call him because he'd already written a book, and I go, Mike, I don't know how to do this, and I'm getting, you get frustrated. I don't know if you had this thing, Jimmy. I never wrote a book, and I was like, geez, Mike, what do I do? And he's like, you got to jump in, pal, and you're either going to love it or hate it, but jump in and make yourself do it every day, and duh. So I was like, I called him twice. The second time he gave me the big speech, and I was like. And I jumped in, and during the writer's strike, for 3 months, I wrote every single day. I loved it. He's supposed to be writing his book on hope and optimism. And I called him at the end, and I was like, I'm done with my book, man. I'm going to send it to you, and you send me yours. He's like, I haven't finished my book yet. And he actually told the story on set. He said, one day I walked into the house and said to my wife, this book on optimism is killing me. And she was like, you go downstairs and write. So...
It's hard to be sometimes
stories.
Sometimes it's hard to be like you want to write. It's hard when you're trying to be funny because as comics, you know what I mean. It's like sometimes you don't feel funny, so you're like, I got to write something funny, and it's like nothing comes out, and then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden, oh my god, that's a chapter idea, and you just all of a sudden you start writing. It's a weird way for me the process works. I mean, for everybody it's different, but I had to write every day too, or I would just kind of lose interest in it.
Well, see, for me, it's easy. I think I don't know how you work, but as a comedian, like when I went up Saturday, I've got 4 notes or 5 notes on paper, but because they're only kickoff points, that's like 40 minutes of material for me because I talk it out on stage. But like you said, sitting down, I can write an episode of Rescue Me or a movie script, and I know how to structure it, and I know how much time it's going to take, and it doesn't bum me out or depress me, and I might hit writer's block, but I never get into a panicky thing. But a book, man, I was like,
that's odd that you
it's just
write an episode.
I know, but it's because you're trying to write in your comedian voice, and you're used to just sort of saying it out loud. It's a weird process.
It's fun though because I like editing stuff that I've written because you can go over it and go, no. It's like we're stand-up where like once you said it, it's said. You work it out again, but in front of people. But with a book, it's so much fun because you keep looking at it, going back, and like the wording is perfect and it's not right. It's a fun project to construct and deconstruct and put back together.
Yeah,
I've been more boring
weird.
saying that, but he knows what I'm saying.
No,
that was Jim Norton, New York Times best-selling author.
Yeah, 2 authors just, talking about the process.
This is called the fireside chat.
Sure.
You know what,
couple
Jim?
of gentlemen.
No matter what else happens, you got on the New York Times bestseller list.
Cool as that.
Listen, they have to say for the rest of his life, New York Times best-selling author Jim Norton.
How great is that?
And I actually make a girl say that while I'm banging her.
Well, you should. That's like winning an Oscar or something, man. Oscar, when they put like there's a really crappy movie, but Oscar nominee Nicolas Cage, and, right? Oscar, it's always going to be attached to you.
That's true.
You know?
New York Times bestseller, arrested with transgendered friend.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the lead, right? Even when you die, New York Times bestselling author dead, with tranny, whatever.
Self-inflicted gunshot wound with a pile of his unsold books at his body.
His third non-bestselling book, whatever. But they have to say that about you.
You guys were also talking about the sex thing that you're dealing with, Jimmy, and Dennis is like, holy crap.
Well, we were just talking about the process of writing and like how for me it was weird because I was in the porn and stuff. I was so distracting, right? I would literally have porn open and write, and then it was very. I need distraction. I can't just sit down in silence and write.
Okay, listen. I've got ADD. I talk about this in the book too, because when I'm talking about
you got ADD, no,
ADD, HD, high def. I've got that
definition.
And
as long as there's no I in there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't that one. Like I had the radio on when I was working, and sometimes music, and I had all kinds of reference books, and I was Googling all the time and stuff, but. That's like, man, I don't even know how you do that.
I would actually, when I finally got down to editing and rewording, I was actually bringing my laptop in here, and then on break I would do it. I need distractions because then there's no pressure. Like when I have a million distractions around me, it can't be like me and you having a conversation. It's just got to be background, that type of noise. But porn was a little too much.
Why don't you hire a guy to stand in the corner and go,
much better than porn playing. That's got to be a distraction.
I honest to God would stop and I would watch porn. And
now, have you gone to like a sex rehab David Duchovny thing?
No rehab, no. I mean, guys I think typically do that to save something like a relationship or a marriage.
Oh.
Like, I think normally that's like a that's like a rifle at the head move.
Or save sperm. You might want to. Yeah. Don't you run out of sperm at a certain point?
You'd be surprised.
Really?
One would think.
Hey, you bring up Duchovny. We feel like we might have pushed him over the edge.
Why?
He was in here. He's a friend of the show. He's been on a few times, and it was describing the Pal Talk thing to him, and it was filled with naked girls that day. And next thing you know,
right,
we're not sure if we might have been the last straw for David.
Yeah, it's like showing him some girls
in the middle of the interview. He's like
showing him girls. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, some of the girls on Pal Talk here.
What's Pal Talk?
It's this live video feed conferencing thing, so they could see us, we could see them, and a lot of times they take their clothes off and.
That's great, guys. Did you know in advance that he had a...
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
he can't be faulted.
No, and he hasn't been on our show since, so we're wondering...
Well, that's because he's been in sex rehab.
Yeah, we're wondering if maybe we pushed him over the edge. We don't know for sure, but... The timing was pretty.
Well, maybe that's what they should do as a
close.
public service is when they find out that they're celebrities or even just regular people, but mostly celebrities.
Yeah.
Because it's more fun, let's be honest. If you find out that somebody's having that kind of a problem, you bring them in and you do this pal talk thing.
Yeah.
And if they go over the edge, you go right to rehab. But you guys could get a deal advertising the rehab.
And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if it puts them over the edge. And then it's kind of
and
like
if it
a
does,
litmus test.
And then you've done a public service.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
You've saved their
We're
marriages
helping.
and their sperm.
So, Dennis, what do you think?
He was and he's in that series where apparently he's just
Californication, yeah.
having sex with different girls every week and stuff. Maybe that wasn't the best thing for him.
Who knows?
Who knows is
I
right.
don't know.
What do you think of Obama?
Well, I voted for Obama, and I like the guy. I'm hoping there's a lot of issues that this guy talked about on his way up that I hope he stays true on. A couple of I'm an issue-oriented guy as I get older. Firefighters, federal funding for first responders, specifically guys in New York. I just think it's ridiculous at this point that we don't have a huge federal grant for New York City firefighters, because on 9/11 the first guys that responded were the New York City Fire Department and the New York City Police.
Apparently, you shut down firehouses and get rid of the.
So I just want
more guys.
He said he would do. John Kerry actually ran with that as part of his platform. So, anyways, Obama said he would do that. He's talking about stem cell research, which I think is really important, and I believe in, and really some federal funding for that. He's also mentioned that he federally wants to fund autism. These are 3 points that I'd like to see him, back up on. But let's also be honest. I like the guy. I think the guy's dynamic and everything else. But could we give him a bigger crap pile? I mean, literally, it's like, okay, welcome, bro. Happy to have a first time black president. There's no money. There's we got 2 wars, and the auto industry is completely done.
Not a big issue.
Not a big issue, and gas is it's actually lowering.
Yeah.
So it's just like just pile it on.
Yeah.
So,
fix this.
Yeah. Fix this, bro.
And if he doesn't, there's not going to be another black president for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's really.
So,
I mean, they're making it the biggest challenge that he could possibly have. But I love the guy. I love his. I love the way he speaks. I'm a little tired, and I'm gonna. I've talked about this on Saturday. Lorenz Tate works on my show. I got a lot of brothers working on my crew. It was a very exciting night at work because we were working during the election. The next morning, everybody was hyped. Lorenz Tate has not stopped talking about that. I mean, every time you say something, he's like, yo, man, we got the White House. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Now this is going to happen. And, I want to just tell the brothers out there, okay, he got elected, not you, okay? All right? I know that he said, yes, we can. No, yes, he can, all right? He's moving into the White House, not you.
Yep.
So settle down. We're all in this boat together, and he's the president of all of us.
Yeah. Earl's like that over on Ron and Fez's show. He will not stop talking about Obama being elected and how this is great for us. And by us, he doesn't mean
whitey.
No,
white people.
Well, I think a lot of brothers think that they're going to start picking up white guys on the street because our pants are pulled up too high and our baseball hats aren't cocked sideways. But that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? This guy is the president of all of us. Thank God, by the way. It's great to have an actual intelligent, funny president again. Did you guys see the 60 Minutes thing?
It was pretty good.
I love I love the way he talks. I love how he thinks. I love the fact that he spent 5 minutes complaining about the BCS thing. The Bowl Championship Series. It was great. He actually
he's obsessed with college football having a playoff.
I agree.
All sports fans have been yelling about this for years.
I can't stand it.
And here he is on 60 Minutes talking about, no, we need a playoff. It's like, wow,
we have a president.
That's one of your issues.
We finally have a president who's smart, who's funny, who cares about sports.
Yep.
He's actually, I can't play basketball. I'm a hockey player. But he looks like a great athlete in the footage that I've seen. And
he can shoot the rock.
Yeah, so it's great to have.
But they won't let him have his BlackBerry or something? He's not happy about that.
And his mother-in-law apparently is moving into the White House. Did you hear that?
What?
Well, I guess he has no control over that. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
That's good for us, though. That means he's going to spend even more time in the office trying to get stuff done to avoid that situation. So, Ant did not vote for Obama because, everyone has their issues, and Ant's a gun guy.
I'm a Second Amendment guy, and I don't like his position over his entire career about guns.
Yeah, it's too bad because now you have to turn those guns in and your tax money.
Okay? A lot of my tax, that was another big issue.
Give us your tax money.
And my guns.
As a matter of fact, because I voted for Obama, you can actually give me your guns now and whatever money you have on you, and I'll report back to Obama.
Yeah.
and tell them, but all you Republicans, you got to give it
just
up.
take the guns, turn them around, point them at me, and say, "Give me your money."
I'll gladly do that if you want.
Now, Dennis,
pretty much where I feel I'm at.
Dennis, that's a big issue. The tax thing. You do very well, obviously. Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me in the least. Look, you know what?
Why though?
I'll tell you why.
Because Dennis makes a little bit more than $250,000.
It's actually in my book. My parents were. My parents came from Ireland. They came to this country. Very shortly thereafter, an Irish guy became president. My parents had been here for about 8 years when Jack Kennedy was elected president. So my old man and my mother raised us. My father used to have a great saying, I think it's in the book, that he never judged anybody by the color of their skin because there was plenty of a-holes even in our own family. You know what I mean? He got a lot of Irish need not apply when he first came to this country. And so he always took people on their face value, how they treated him. And he was a lifelong Democrat, and he believed in helping the next guy get a leg up. So to me, I've never even thought about, I'm making more money and I got to pay more in taxes. That's the way I look at it. Like, I'm supposed to be, I don't know, I guess a roadie or a truck driver. I mean, I'm not really supposed to be in the position I'm in, and I got lucky, and in this country I got to a certain point. I make a lot of money. I'm really pleased with this country, so I don't mind giving money back. And by the way, I don't understand. We just had 8 years of a guy that basically said, I'm going to run it this way, and less government. There couldn't have been less government in terms of Katrina, by the way. The guy flew over an Air Force One and waved at people. So I'm all for, let's go. Now, because of what happened, we've got to go in. Everybody's got to chip in because otherwise we're all screwed.
But apparently
we need the Mexicans now, okay? I wish you guys would all stop complaining. We need the Mexicans to come in droves. We need Canadians,
If someone wants to come in and pick some lettuce, I got no qualms.
And
it's fine by me.
I think you got to explain yourself because you said that I feel exactly the same. Because people have heard you on the show.
Because the thing is, I do pay a lot of tax.
So
I don't like the idea of being told I got to pay more. That's what I don't like. I already who do you
expect to pay the more taxes?
You know what though?
The Mexicans that just came over the border. I mean, you know what? The richer you get, the more taxes you should pay.
Make some cuts on this goddamn government that spends too much, and you'll find a lot of money.
Wait a minute. How are you going to do that?
I pay so much in taxes.
So do I. I pay a ton.
I don't want to pay more.
Well, we're going to have to pay more because we're starting from ground zero, basically, financially.
How about the multitudes in this country that don't pay taxes?
Well, listen, as far as I'm concerned,
How come it's got to rest on my goddamn back? Every time it's got to rest on my back.
I remember the speech where Obama actually mentioned you by name. What are you talking about? I mean,
it does. It rests on my back.
The rich guys should be taking care of the poor guys.
No,
that's the way it's got to work. I totally disagree with you. How are we going to fix it? We got to give $25 billion to fix the American auto industry so they can make more crappy cars. Listen, we got to chip in. It's not going to come from the poor people. The Mexicans, they're coming over. They don't have any money yet.
Take all these companies to task that are sending their executives out on these spa weekends. If you're going to bail out a company,
I totally agree.
If you're going to bail out a company, don't let them give bonuses to these bastards.
But those people should pay, and you and I should pay, and you should pay.
I do pay.
And Jim should pay.
I pay enough.
All right. Well.
My quarterly taxes are well enough for one person in this country to contribute. I'm a 50-50 partner with the United States government.
I'm going to get the black guys who work on Rescue Me, led by Lorenz Tate, to call Obama, because apparently they all know him personally, and say that I want the federal funding for firefighters and autism and stem cell to come directly out of his contract.
My back.
Anthony's,
Mr. Obama, could you please call Anthony and take more money
Anthony, the radio guy.
Yeah.
They have Joe the plumber. And Anthony, nice way to really come across. And
I think his silence means that he agrees with me.
I agree with both of you. Like, helping other people is good, and it is positive. And you know what? It does suck to be broke, but there is a resentment when the government continually sticks their hands in your pockets. It's like there starts to be an anger because I don't respect the way they spend it. Like, again,
right.
Well, I totally agree with you on that.
If I felt I was getting away with something, if I felt like, whoa, am I paying nothing for taxes, I would be like, they finally caught up to me. But I pay too much already for what they're spending.
And they tax every dollar you spend, and they tax everything you make in interest.
We owe like $20 zillion to China. I agree with that aspect of it. But if you're going to talk about actually... if you're going to talk about whatever, stem cell firemen, autism, whatever the subject might be, I mean, we got to get that money someplace. Meanwhile, by the way, we may not have no auto industry in about 3 years.
I know.
So, I mean,
that's real bad.
We're in a bad situation here,
A lot
man.
of jobs going to be lost because of
I know.
that.
That's crazy.
How about we pull our military out of Korea and stop that stupid demilitarized zone? And whatever Kim Jong-il wants to do, he does. He wants to march in and take the South. Let him. It's none of our business.
By the way,
all that money.
while we're
goes
on
to
that
the auto
subject,
industry.
why doesn't that guy have his own reality show? He is one of the funniest guys.
We know so little about him, but everything's
I know, and
hysterical.
apparently he just had his head opened up and his brain examined. I want that on TV. I love this guy. Did you see Team America?
I did not. No.
Of course.
Oh my God!
Of course.
Yeah, that was great.
One of the funniest movies ever made.
Apparently, they keep photoshopping him now.
I know. I saw the
poorly
pictures. I love
into
him.
public places.
You're like, "Hi,
look,
I'm here."
He's fine.
You're not
His
there.
legs don't match up with the shadows.
He's got to get a reality show.
Oh, yeah, he's
He really does.
fantastic.
You got to love that guy's outfit, his hair,
Yeah,
the whole 9 yards.
Here is great on him.
He's
great.
fantastic. He's just a short little fellow with dark glasses and a penchant for murder
I love
and
him.
pillaging his own nation.
I love him.
We have to take a break, unfortunately. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes. You could stay or go. It's
I
up
don't
to you.
know. When am I supposed to go, guys?
Yeah, okay.
I gotta go.
All right, Dennis
go.
Leary, always a pleasure, man.
Why We Suck, a feel-good guy.
Dr. Dennis
Dennis
Leary
Leary
on the cover.
That's in my my doctorate is on one of the pages. I copied. photocopied that.
Nice.
Doctorate.
And the signing, by the way, I have to correct because the paper was wrong. It's not even Dumb Sam's fault. It was on the list we got. It's not 6:30 tonight. It's 7:30. Because this way you get there after work. You have time to get there. 7:30 at Borders and Penn Plaza tonight.
Who's signing?
Just you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my book. Oh,
Yes,
right.
your book. Dennis
we're
is
talking about
signing
your
tonight.
book, Dennis. Why
But
we
if you
suck
bring
a
a copy of Jim Norton's book, I'll sign that too.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
why don't you do this? Why don't you buy my book, because you have to buy the book to get it signed, and buy Jim's new book, and I'll sign that too.
That would
double
be,
header.
But he'll sign it over my face. That's what you should do. You should be passive aggressive and go, "I'm happy you got this," and then just sign
Sign
it
it right over your face.
And Dennis is also signing tomorrow in Staten Island. It's a Barnes & Noble. It's a great big store. So even if it's raining, you're not going to be stuck outside. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Barnes & Noble in Staten Island.
And finally, because I care, Rescue Me Season 5 in April finally.
First week of April,
Awesome.
and we're doing a giant benefit. I do a thing called the Bash for New York's Bravest every year, and this year we changed it into a comedy bash, which will be, I think it's the 8th annual Bash for New York's Bravest, which benefits New York, the Fire Department of New York, and that will be, I forget the date now, but it's the Rescue Me premiere at Radio City Music Hall.
Which we'll be invited to, I'm sure.
You'll be invited.
I'll
It'll
wait
be
for
the
the invite.
debut episode, the premiere episode of the 5th season, and a live comedy show with myself, Adam Ferrara, Lenny Clark. It's the Rescue Me comedy tour, and then we're going on tour around the country.
How cool is
with
that?
the comedy stars of Rescue Me.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, and my band, the Crown Royals.
Can I go to the premiere?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you. Everyone says we could go, but then we never get the invite. So
I'm going to make sure you guys get the invite.
all right, I like to hear that. Dennis Leary, always a pleasure, man.
Guys, thanks.
All right, quick
Thank
break.
You very
We'll
much.
finish up. Opie and Anthony. Heading to the finish line for today, Opie and Anthony. Dennis Leary, always a pleasure, huh?
Yeah.
Love that Rescue Me.
It's
one
called-
of the shows I watch. I don't watch many, but I watch that Rescue Me.
He's a good egg.
Yeah.
The book's called Why We Suck, and it's in stores now, obviously, and he's doing a signing tonight. Our sheet was wrong. It said 6:30. It's 7:30 at the Borders at Penn Station. It's a great place for a signing, and again, a lot of indoor space, which counts, because this way, even if the weather's bad, you're not going to get soaked or snowed on.
Right.
It's all good.
Yeah, and he's doing, I think, Jon Stewart.
Are those fires out in L.A. or what? Outside L.A., they're still burning?
No.
It really depresses me when I see, multi-million-dollar mansions get burned to the ground.
Well,
I get so sad.
one person that lost his house, very important.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, Doc Brown's house is gone. It's burnt down. Christopher Lloyd, his $11 million house,
Wow.
has burnt down. And the worst part of the story that I read was him saying, I had just started thinking about getting all of my memorabilia and stuff together and organized, and he said, I didn't do it.
Oh.
So he lost, and just to think of what memorabilia he must have had from, I don't know, Taxi. What else has he been in?
Back to the Future. Taxi.
Back to the Future. That's it.
No.
Oh, my God. Imagine probably the original flux capacitor gone.
So, Anthony, why doesn't
His
he go...
mind-reading machine gone.
Why doesn't he go back in time? Because now he knows the fire's going to happen, and he gets a U-Haul truck. Gets that stuff out of there.
I'm sure the DeLorean burnt, too. It was in his garage, which is just the memorabilia. Probably had a hoverboard. I'm sure of it.
Well, look at that.
Doc Brown stuff.
All this happens in a matter of minutes. It's just sort of sinking in. You watch TV and you see these kinds of incidents happening here and there, but you look with a kind of a detachment because it's happening elsewhere. You know, but suddenly to be in the midst of it, it's a very different awareness. Memorabilia, which I kept delaying to go through and store, but kind of don't have to worry about that now. It's amazing. Just gone. Rebuilding would be, it's too much. You know, you can't rebuild that. What are you going to do?
That's depressing.
Wow, he doesn't sound the least bit happy.
That's a guy that lost everything right there.
You just hope he had fire insurance. I mean, 'cause at least you get your house rebuilt somewhere.
When these fires start, don't you think some of these homes they get as much out as possible just in case?
You'd hope, but I don't know how long they take to
I know sometimes
get where they're going.
They're quick and they just do their damage, but it seems like you do have time to maybe get some of the stuff out of your house.
This is terrible.
What?
Someone's saying the last thing he said before the house went up is, "Michael, could you get me that candelabra?" Oh, jeez. Come on now.
The funny part is that somebody would need to be handed a candelabra.
Yes, a candelabra.
It's funny. I have all my photos. Well, I'd say 90% of them I have backed up.
Off-site?
Well, they're on hard drives, but I want to actually put them in a bank vault. Not that they're so precious. Where else do you put them that they won't get burned?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want
watch the bank burn down.
Well, yeah, but it'll be in a metal case. Banks are all metal. I have nothing but feathers in my apartment. It's all feathers and crushed up newspapers and candles. It's a feather paradise. It's a paradise of feathers and dust. I like dust mites. They're my pets. So I want to actually put them in a bank vault just because if there's ever a fire, at least your photos you have. And my hats.
All your hats.
I have an XM hat and a Dodgers hat. And a Yankees hat that stupid Voss got Phil Rizzuto to sign, and he signed like the green in dark pen, so you can only see it hardly.
God, that's so can Voss ever get anything right?
But I got to say it because it is Rizzuto, and he went bye in the box.
Sure did.
You can see his signature with a black light or something.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Thanks, Voss.
God needed a shortstop in a boring money store commercial.
Yeah,
the money store. Shut up. Yeah, you gotta watch that fire crap, man. Wow. Because that destroys the stuff beyond any retrieval.
Oh, yeah.
Like his memorabilia.
Just
it's gone.
Maybe you could collect the ashes and put it in glass cases. That's what I would do.
That's
just
gone,
as a
man.
Well, you got to make fun of it now. Well, here's all my.
Should I rebuild? I don't think so. It's just no rebuilding this.
He had rare plants in his front yard, too, or something? Yeah. He collected rare plants?
Rare plants?
Why would you collect rare plants?
I know.
Of all the things to collect.
Marty, look, it's a rare plant. What?
You killed my pine. You know what the thing is, though? It was really depressing watching the footage of that because it didn't look like somebody's house burnt down. Like it looked like nuke testing footage from the 40s. Like there was nothing left. Like everything was just.
That's crazy.
Everything was gone.
Just the chimney. The chimney survives. So why don't you make the house like? Shut up.
We get it.
Rare plants.
Dumb
Rare
joke.
plants.
Let's get out of here.
Awful collection.
Yeah, right?
Would you like to see my collection of rare plants? I'd rather not.
Can you show me the DeLorean again?
Please.
Exactly. Show me the flux capacitor.
Yes,
then
please.
I'm going to make like a bee and leave.
With that, we're going to leave, but we're going to continue. After
Yes, don't you worry.
Have a good day.
Bye.
We continue with the Opie and Anthony Show.
And tell you what kind of my phone is it?
Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Hi.
You know, can I complain about something?
Oh, my
course.
God. Who are we going to get mad at us
That's what
now?
we do.
No one. Oh, my God.
No one.
God forbid you have a real moment on your radio show.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I do phoners after our show.
Yeah.
From that studio, and I keep a copy of I Hate Your Guts because I like to reference it and stuff, and it's gone. And it's like, why do people have to touch other people's stuff?
Because it's a good read. They
Why
want it,
is
Jimmy.
that?
Fair enough.
But it's not just that. I know exactly what you mean.
It's
why would you touch someone else's shit?
Yeah, leave
It's
it.
just laying around. It's like, let me take this. It's like, no, how about you don't take that?
That's what my friend Paul once said. Let it be.
Right. Let
Yeah.
it be.
Let it be.
Oh, Uncle McCartney.
I whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be.
Just let it be.
Now. So people just stop touching.
Yeah, what
Stuff.
in a place like this, it's just a bunch of pilfering dick bags.
I don't like
so-
it.
You should put a turd in its place. And
No
go,
one
look,
noticed the difference.
You took my book.
Yes.
I got it. But I think you wrote a fine novel.
Thank you.
Is it a novel officially?
No,
Not really.
novel's
Yeah,
not
I know.
fiction.
I know. You should leave a turd in its place. And with a little note going, this is in place of the book you took that was mine.
It's a duty
So
I
enjoy my duty
That's right.
instead.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
on the way home yesterday, I had 3 cups of coffee
Yeah.
and egg whites and a grapefruit.
Yeah.
And I was in the cab. I started to feel gurgling as we were outside talking. I was outside with Opie and Patrice chit-chatting.
Oh no.
And my stomach went,
That's the worst.
and it was a
comes
heavy
after that.
shift. It was like a physical shift.
Sure.
And I said, I better walk to the corner and hop in a taxi immediately. And I'm in the cab, and the gas pain started. I had to arch my cheeks off because I was going to
Jesus.
shit my pants in the cab.
Wow, that's a bad
I
one.
almost jumped out. It was a $3 fare. I almost jumped out and handed him a 20 and walked into Bed Bath & Beyond.
Were you going to use one of the fake display toilets? And just
I
sit
would have
down?
shit on the escalator, anything but the street. And I get home, and I had to stop walking. Like, I had to shit so badly I couldn't walk because
So you'd be walking, and then you'd have to stop and clench your ass. breathe.
Heavy breathing and
like,
everything?
Like a pregnant woman trying not to push.
Dude, I made it on the elevator. And as I'm getting closer, I keep trying to distract myself. I'm like, nah, you got to call Bob Eatman, and you got to do all this stuff. And because my body knows I'm getting close to a toilet.
Yeah. It knows. Your body knows when it's like getting close to a toilet.
Here's how bad. I shit with my jacket on. Do you know
those.
Do you know how badly you have to shit when you leave your winter coat on and shit?
Where your legs going while you're trying to pull your pants down? Like, hold it in.
Dude, I had to stop and just kind of stiff arm my trousers down, and I plopped onto the toilet.
Stiff arm.
And it was fucking...
You ever have one of those shits that you're already shitting before your like ass hits the seat?
Oh, it's like coming out.
It's literally coming out as right after you pull your pants down.
It was one of those. It left almost like a big... It was almost like a mocha-colored mushroom. No, there was no solid splash after.
Good.
It's a mudslide, right?
Fucking awful.
God, why didn't we do Raisin Bran Monday? You would have shit your pants, Jimmy. You would have lost. Or maybe that's winning. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, we never figured out the rules to that. What's winning and losing? I think everyone loses.
I think we all win.
Yeah, I think there'll be an obvious winner when we do Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran Challenge.
I don't want to do that.
Well, you know, it's funny. I'll be in Las Vegas on Friday at the TBS Festival, and I got a lot of requests for certain material.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Kelly and Russ Beneve will be on the show. And I'm depressed because I'm competing with Seinfeld and fucking Ellen.
Who? Never heard of him.
As long as it's
Never
not,
heard of
as long
him.
as it's not Jerry Seinfeld, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
No,
with,
it's not.
with
It's Ted
Seinfeld.
Ted? Ah, you're all right. Okay. You'll outsell Ted.
Seinfeld.
You'll outsell Ted Seinfeld. but-
Who are these people that have little hangers for their socks? I roll my socks up into balls and I throw them into the corner. Sock hangers. Who are these people?
Ted Seinfeld. Wow.
That's right. Hello, Jim Cramer. Why are you screaming the N-word while quoting stock prices? Hey, who's that cunt chef that ripped off my wife's book?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
My car doesn't work. Hey, fat boy, push it.
See, that's Ted Seinfeld.
all I got.
You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
him.
Oh, no! There's somebody killing Jews and handing me soup. Oh, wait, wrong reference. Fucking soup Nazi.
Yeah.
We get it. You like a rush?
Yeah.
It's your thing, guy.
He didn't want to come on our show.
Why would he?
And now those things are closing all over the place.
Good.
All over the place, they're going down.
Good. Fucking 2,000 calories. Take your soup and shove it up your keister, bub.
Wow, those were some.
Delicious soups.
Oh, Jesus, weren't they?
The calorie
Fucking
count
asshole.
was off the charts,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
How do you get 2,000 calories for a bowl of soup? It's
Soup
awful.
Nazi.
That's a whole day of eating.
It's actually healthier to fuck Robert Reed while eating chocolate.
Razor blades. Yeah. Yeah? What? You're just looking around. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
irritating.
Huh?
He wouldn't come on the show. Al
the-
Yageni or whatever his name was. His
Yeah,
name?
yeah, the soup. Well, because we were excited. We were pushing his soup joints, and we're like, yeah, let's get him on the show. We'll have some fun with him. We'll develop some kind of relationship. He could come in from time to time, and it'll be a win-win for everybody. He's like, nah. I'm like, all right.
Al Yageni.
Right.
What do you think your soup does the talking? Shitface?
Yeah.
Right.
Take your soup and fucking...
And beat it. Hit the
Yeah.
bricks, sister.
Take a long walk off a short pier, pal.
Sure.
Hold your soup in your pockets.
Just get one of those takeout things full of piping hot soup, and you open it up and splash it right into his face.
I love that, especially if it was cum soup. And it was mine.
Oh, it would be so great.
Exactly.
No eyelids for you.
Yeah. Have some jism soup. Mr. Snarky. Mr. Cranky Pants.
Here you go. Cream of Jim.
Hey, we could go creepy today. Jonestown happened 30 years ago.
Oh, that's not creepy.
It's
Hilarious.
Funny.
I don't
Dummies.
know. Have you heard any of this audio yet?
No.
Wow.
Where's Sam?
I want to hear the Ozzy commercial, too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I heard it's great.
I think that I threw that away.
No, it's right here.
Oh yeah, this thing. What is he doing for Samsung phones? Ozzy and Samsung phones.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
this
they got
spot.
him
Hold one
to
second,
pitch it.
Sam.
Yeah.
I bet he yells Sharon.
Really?
Don't tell me anything. I bet he is.
I don't
yeah.
know. I haven't heard this either.
Black hot half cold coffee, please.
Excuse me?
Can I get a black coffee?
Now he types it out.
Black coffee.
Thank you.
Where to go?
Video next, please.
What?
We got a video next, please.
English.
And he texts.
Got it.
How does that make you feel?
What is it, bollocks?
What?
Something bollocks.
That's disturbing, Ozzy.
That's the whole commercial.
I'll stick with
Ozzy
my
has to
BlackBerry.
text. Ozzy has to text to people because they don't understand him.
I want to see.
Annoying.
Because he's very.
But the thing is, I do understand him. Like when he says he wants a black coffee.
Yeah,
I got it.
right?
He
I
said
knew
black
that.
coffee.
Black coffee.
And then when something make him feel, he clearly says it's bullocks.
Yes.
Like I'm not having a problem understanding what Ozzy's saying. Or maybe that means I'm fucked up or something.
Yeah. Well, we know Ozzy speak. We've spoken to the man.
He rules. But
What is that phone
commercial
for? What is the
stinks.
commercial for?
Samsung, I guess. It's all about the
Why does
BlackBerry.
anyone want to try with phones between the BlackBerry new one coming out and the iPhone? And the Google. Well, the what?
The Google.
The what?
How did Ozzy know the guy's number?
Google phone.
The Google phone.
Yeah, there really is a terrible plot hole in that commercial.
How does Ozzy know all these people's phone numbers?
I don't know.
Hey, yeah.
I met him 30 times. He doesn't remember my name.
You just want him to remember your name, too.
My
so
face.
Bad. That's all Jimmy
You're
wants.
the guy. I've seen you.
Ant's
Hello.
right, though. BlackBerries, iPhones, but during the football games, they were promoting another phone. Maybe someone knows which one. Where the Bluetooth. Here's a crazy concept.
Yeah.
The Bluetooth is actually connected to the phone. So, like the BlackBerry, the back of it, all of a sudden your Blueberry would be sitting in there.
Your
a Blueberry.
Blueberry?
Your
It's called a
Bluetooth.
Blueberry, then.
Did I say that a few times? The Bluetooth would be embedded in the actual phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to use my Bluetooth. You pull it out, and it's not much thicker, by the way. Use the Bluetooth. Oh, you know what? Time to charge the Bluetooth. Boom, back into your phone.
Once you have...
Why couldn't they come up with that years ago?
Let me tell you something, though. Once you have something that snaps onto your phone that then comes off, it will fucking get lost. Guaranteed it will get lost. Remember the little stylus,
the stylus
that came with
crap.
phones? They were constantly getting lost. Anything that clips on anything will unclip and you will lose it.
What if they
That's
have
the way it
a
is.
replacement Bluetooth that you can
Yeah,
go
but-
to the
well,
store and buy?
Fuck
They're
that.
probably counting on people losing them.
Because by the time you lose it, the phone will change, the shape of the fucking Bluetooth thing will change, and it'll be obsolete.
What if the Bluetooth is has a wire attached to it?
Then that's silly. Then it's just a walkie-talkie. It's a fucking tin can and string.
Eventually, we're just going to be walking around with old school phones because we realize, this is the best
This is
phone.
pretty much what I needed.
Why the fuck did we try to make this better?
I like the old people's phone that they sell with the big red button for like 911.
The jitterbug, yeah.
The jitterbug.
What?
I use my jitterbug.
I didn't hear about this.
Oh, these are great. They are bigger buttons so I can see it more clearly. And I don't need those pesky things like cameras. I just want a phone. And that's pretty much what it is. Just a phone. With big old people fucking numbers on them and shit.
Looks like someone listens to the Opie and Anthony show.
We said make it simple for the old
We
codgers.
said there's a market for just simplifying all this technology for old people, like the DVD player we've talked about. Most old people cannot figure out how to work a DVD
There
player.
it is.
I never heard of this thing.
And it
the
flips,
jitterbug.
it flips closed so they're not calling everybody every 2 seconds by sitting on the numbers.
Right.
Hello? Yes. No, they don't even say hello. They're just sitting there going,
Yeah, but
I haven't been able to shit in a week.
I think this is the one that you were really talking about.
Yeah, that's the
this
real
is for-
bad one.
This is for like super oblivious old people.
It's operator is the top one. My choice, which I guess is like my son David who bought my life call
Right,
pendant. And 911.
Oh, my God.
That's all that offers. And then there's a yes and no button.
Getting old sucks.
That's what you get.
On the other one, where there actually is numbers and stuff, like they don't even have to know how to put people's numbers into their phones because there's like a centralized, like a security service that they just call them and they say, I want to put my son Frank in my phone, and they'll do it there and then
They
beam
do
the
it
contact
themselves.
to the phone, so they don't have to do anything.
Look at this fucking little misconception here. Notice the number that came up when it's mom.
Right.
How old is the mother that she's fucking calling? Because that's the outgoing call is mom.
That's the selling point. You can get reception in a casket.
Another thing about this phone is if you notice, it's $150.
Yeah.
The
Holy
iPhone
shit.
is $300.
There's no contract, Travis.
Oh, there's no contract. Well, of course there's not.
By the hour.
Could be dead by the hour.
How do you call other people at that? I don't see,
You
numbers.
hit my choice.
And then
which
what happens?
You probably get one number that
What?
you're able to choose from, and that's it.
So what if you want to call someone else?
You're fucked.
You gotta call
then
the
you got to call the
operator.
operator and say, "Hello, operator. Could you
Oh,
please connect me?" And they go, "Excuse me, it's 2008." Well, what the fuck are you talking?
The operators must be thrilled.
They
that
plug
they're
the wire
setting more
into the
people
other wire.
Yeah. Is there a wire?
their way.
How great would
Where's
it be
the antenna?
to get some of those call center phone calls that you know that they're getting?
Oh, dude, how great!
That would rule.
Who is this?
Oh, just please.
I didn't call you.
Tim H. from Columbus.
I
My
hit
mom.
the my choice button, and it's supposed to be my son.
They're calling the cops thinking it's their daughter.
Yeah. What is that? 911.
Tim H. from Columbus writes, my mom has a jitterbug. The fucking thing even has a dial tone. So
Does
they feel
it?
very comfortable. I'm like, oh, all right, this is sort of like
okay.
what I know.
It's like a real phone, only for stupid people.
You fucking burdens.
And they got to call it a name that the old folks will be happy with.
Yeah, the jitterbug.
It's funny.
Oh, that's good.
How about the stroke? Hey, look, it's the Samsung pants shitter.
I want to buy my mom the new phone called The Burden.
I like my brand new Note. It's allowed. Reminds me of the old days.
Yes.
The pants shitter.
Yes. Look, Mom, AT&T has a new phone. It's the diaper. There's 911, and then there's the store so they can bring you Pampers if you've made a cocky. Look, you can dial 2 numbers, your son or the funeral parlor. It's like they think, look, Mom, it's for their cab, and meanwhile it's a hearse. Shows up.
You program it into the fucking funeral parlor as a little joke. Yeah. Oh, it's my choice. This is my son.
Hello, I'm so sorry. You've reached the funeral parlor.
One of the buttons is just a face with the X'd out eyes.
That's so lame. You can't dial any other numbers.
The jitterbug.
Scoodly-oo-doo.
Yes.
Yeah, the jitterbug, so they can remember when they used to jitterbug.
It's probably because they always shake, so they're calling it that.
The jitterbug.
Yes. Oh, look, it's the new Verizon Parkinson's. Big numbers, so your dumb moving head can somehow grab them as it's passing by. Fucking old Jupiter head won't stop moving. Hey, Pulsar skull.
Yeah, fucking with your big thinning cotton candy hair. Oh shit. Oh, what a burden. That pink scalp showing through. Every vein's pulse you can see.
Thomas Overbeck from Dallas. The new Nokia Knock My Hat Off.
Oh, excuse me, young man. I'm going to use my jitterbug.
Ooh, I like the new.
Yeah.
It's the new phone. It's the Dirt Nap by Sprint. It's funny. Comes with a satin pillow.
Yeah, you open the box, it's sitting on a satin pillow in a little casket.
And there's like a 1-page instruction manual. Open phone, talk.
Die.
Yes, die. You can't even close it. You open it once, you're talking, you drop dead. Fucking.
Here's the ringtone.
The Sprint Dirt Nap.
To the dirt nap. Oh, a call's coming in.
Call friend and living family member.
Next of kin. That's the next of kin button.
Your calling plan has 2 people on it. Your son and God.
I
love it.
Top Gun from Canada writes, I had an accident. The new phone, yes. Let's say hi to Rick in Westchester. Rick.
Hey, boys.
Hey. What's up, Rick?
Panasonic's got a new phone called the Palsy, the Panasonic Palsy.
Panasonic Palsy.
He said palsy.
Yes. Palsy.
Palsy. Sarge, Whackbag, what's up, sir?
Yeah, they should have the I drove through the crowded restaurant.
I like
people tend to do that.
We can do a bunch of references now.
My gas pedal's stuck.
Oh, look, it's the Samsung broken hip. Let me have the broken hip. Like every time you close the phone, it shatters. A brittle phone case. Or it's for lonely old people, so to remind you of your family. Every time you pick it up, it just goes, shut up, be quiet, go in your room. So you feel like you're home. Go to your room. Stop interfering.
Burden, you stink.
Exactly. Change your diapers.
You smell poorly.
There's piss in the back of your dress. Take off that house coat. You've been wearing it for a month. 4 of your pets are dead. Have them removed. They're not sleeping, you fucking idiots.
Stupid old people and their poodles.
Yeah, when did you lose your way and think a stiff cat was comfortable? How far gone are you?
Jitterbug.
Where's Marge? Marge died in 1978, you forgetful fucking mollusk.
She's trying to call her on her jitterbug. Where's Marge?
Where you should be.
Imagine you get it for one of your relatives with Alzheimer's. Imagine the horror and shock they go through every time they look at that phone. Like, what is this?
What is it?
Look,
I don't understand. Who is this?
it's the Sprint, all new to me.
It's just a question mark on the 3 buttons. I have no idea. It's a slot machine to you, Grandpa.
Calling someone's just like,
Call someone.
it's like a one-arm band.
Names just roll around and stop.
Good luck to you.
Oh, that's funny. Question marks.
Deliver us from evil says, the Nokia, have you seen my teeth?
Hey, Troy in Cleveland. How are you, Troy?
Doing pretty good, guys. How you doing?
Good. Pretty good today.
I'm at the LG Depends.
The LG Depends?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Nice. Safe to say everyone's got their own name for this phone coming in now.
I don't know. Mike had a better one, but I think it should be the pattern of the thing. You know how you get different skins for your phone? It should be one with just liver spots all over it. Nasty liver spots.
It's funny.
What color is your phone? It's jaundice.
It's this piss yellow. Oh, poor old people.
Poor old people. That's right.
Sock.
Phone has a charm bracelet on it.
Ask me about my grandchildren. No.
Supposedly, I was talking to a teacher yesterday. There's a phone where it rings in such a way that adults can't hear it. Anyone else hearing about this new technology?
What?
They figured out some kind of tone that younger ears. You've heard of this?
Well, yeah, they've used it.
Is this real?
Yeah, it's a very high pitched tone, and I apparently like you could hear it better as a kid. So I remember reading a story about some drugstore owner couldn't get kids to stop hanging out in front of his place, so he put like a loudspeaker up and was just blasting this tone because only kids under 15 or 16 could hear it.
Oh,
come on! It would actually, and it would
There's
keep
an
them.
actual tone.
Would they
like
tilt
it's like
their
a
heads
high-
like a dog?
Yeah, it's like a real high pitched, squeaky tone.
Huh.
Well, this old people's phone has a special feature where it changes the caller ID so no one knows it's you and they actually answer before they realize it's you. Like, oh, good, it's Pop Pop.
It's like, oh, shit. Yeah, it's like work. You're looking, I got to take this call. Hi, I fooled you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's the Verizon. It's me again.
This guy's a burden.
Let's go to Matt on Long Island.
Tired of always getting the answering machine? Tired of always being rushed off the phone?
What do you got, Matt?
Yeah, they have the all your family and friends are dead plan.
Oh. Very good.
It's a good
one. Dan in New Orleans actually has a good one. We're going to move on, but hell no. Dan?
Yeah, the new BlackBerry Me phone. the ringtone is a flat line.
BlackBerry Me.
No, when someone's calling you, the ringtone is, Mom, are you okay? Mom, are you okay?
She cares.
All right. 30 years ago, what? We'll do this after the
30
break.
years ago.
The
Let's see.
Jonestown. We got the Jonestown death tapes.
That was 30 years?
Yeah.
What happened there?
And the tapes are really creepy, huh?
Yeah, they are.
I hear there were a couple of injuries.
In Jonestown?
Yes, a couple of bathers were attacked, and there were a couple of injuries. Fucking mayor knows how to downplay a fucking shark biting some woman in half.
Did you do that for our benefit, or that's how you eat bananas every single time, Jimmy?
No, I just dipped it into fucking yogurt.
Jimmy's dipping a banana in white yogurt.
So it's all sloppy, and then
he shoves the banana with the creamy fucking sauce
I really
on
thought
it.
you were doing that for us, but no, that's how you eat
I don't care
bananas.
how hard your dicks get. I'm enjoying my...
All right, the Jonestown tapes next. Opie and Anthony.
Hi. we'll delay there. But I'm here to tell you, of course, about GameFly. That's right. You want to play all the latest video games? You don't want to pay $60 a pop to buy them. Try GameFly. It's the smart, easy way to rent video games. GameFly's got over 6,000 titles, including November's hottest new releases. Fallout 3, Gears of War 2, and, of course, Call of Duty World at War. GameFly has a huge selection of your favorite classics, too. Use GameFly's library. Find those hidden treasures you've been waiting to try. Here is how easy it is. Just sign up and select games from over 6,000 titles. GameFly is going to ship it directly to your door. You keep the games as long as you want. No late fees, no shipping fees, everything free. Once you're done playing the game, you send it back to GameFly and get the next available game on your list. Or, if you really like the game you're playing, you simply click Keep It on the GameFly website, and the game's yours at a discounted price. GameFly is even going to ship you the case and the manuals, all free of charge. For a limited time, try GameFly for as low as $6.95 for the first month and play all the great games coming out this holiday season. Don't miss out. Go to GameFly.com. You don't know how to spell GameFly? Okay. GameFly.com. GameFly.com. Sign up today.
Terrell Suggs has it, and he's going to score on a gift pass from Derek Anderson.
Tim Ryan.
Cleveland Browns have made a switch at quarterback. Brady Quinn will start.
Pat Kerwin.
Yeah, well, he's got to go out there and deliver now.
Moving the chains.
So really, what does this mean, PK, for Derek Anderson?
If I'm Detroit, Kansas City, or a couple other teams, I'm getting online to get that guy.
Monday to Friday from 3 to 7 Eastern. Sirius NFL Radio Channel 124. Now part of the Best of Sirius.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Add the best of Sirius. Or the best of XM.
You'll get 3 months of the best of benefit for free. A $12 value.
You already hear your favorite commercial-free music, sports, and entertainment.
XM listeners learn something new every day on Martha Stewart Living Radio.
Hi, Martha. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I have a question about a big family gathering.
Sirius listeners
Get advice on how to live your best life from Oprah's most trusted friends and advisors
on Oprah and Friends.
These friends who all have meaningful things to say. It's wonderful.
Hear Bob Edwards on XM Public Radio.
My job is to just do the very best program I can.
The PGA Tour Network. Plus college sports from the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, Big East, Pac-10, and SEC.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius and XM.
For complete details, go to Sirius.com/best and XMRadio.com/best.
Primetime Sam Roberts here, and it's November. Time for WWE Survivor Series. The Survivor Series is one of the oldest annual WWE traditions, and with all the crazy stuff that's been happening on Raw, SmackDown, and ECW over the past couple of weeks, this could easily turn out to be the best Survivor Series yet. Last week on Raw, the big announcement that John Cena would be returning at Survivor Series to take on the World Champion. Then, Chris Jericho beats Batista in a cage to get the world title back. So now we've got Jericho defending against Cena at Survivor Series. Add to that the newly announced Classic Survivor Series interpromotional match between Team Shawn Michaels and Team JBL. All this and more is going down Sunday night, November 23rd at Survivor Series. It's been sold out in Boston for ages, so the only way to check it out will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and only on pay-per-view. Check out all the details at WWE.com.
Is your credit card debt out of control? Can you no longer pay the outrageous payments and fees? There is relief. Debt Help Experts. A 10-minute call right now can cut your debt and let you save for your financial future. In 2008, consumers with $10,000 or more in credit card debt legally have the consumer right to reduce their debt and satisfy their debt obligation. For your free consultation, call Debt Help Experts. Be one of the millions of Americans who are finally being told the truth about their debt options. Call Debt Help Experts within the next 30 minutes to legally reduce your credit card debt and save thousands. Exercise your consumer rights and let a debt specialist relieve that credit card stress once and for all. Call Debt Help Experts now. 1-800-217-5867. 1-800-217-5867. Call right now. 1-800-217-5867. Debt Help Experts is a marketing service that matches consumers in need of financial assistance with companies that may be able to help.
And now, another reason to switch to Geico.
You have better things to think about than car insurance. You know, like where your 4-year-old hid your cell phone, or why your dog doesn't appreciate everything you do for him. Yeah, you've got a lot to think about. So Geico invented Geico.com. It makes doing everything from updating your policy to reporting a claim fast, easy, a no-brainer. Hey, with all you've got on the brain, it's the least we could do.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The virus is an XL channel which may contain explicit language. Channel blocking is available by calling 1-800-XM-RADIO or in XM Canada, 877-438-9677.
Come on, Jimmy, we did this for you.
I could see that girl was no good for me.
No.
But I was lost like a slave that no man could free.
No man can free.
All
right, enough.
You know what happened?
What happened?
He found out his chick was cheating.
Oh, boy.
And he went out and he shot the bitch.
Did he?
Yeah.
I love Tom Jones, man. I really do. He's a fucking animal.
He'll be on the show soon.
He's a British animal.
Why don't we play Dry Dry Vagina? I mean, come on. The big hit from Brother Joe. What's wrong with us?
Jesus.
You got that? One moment, please.
I'm trying to quietly eat my apple, but it's very hard.
Can I have a bite of that apple, Jimmy?
Ugh, no.
Please, the other side.
No.
Please.
Mm-mm.
Can I see it? Jimmy, can I see your apple?
What are you going to do with this?
I just want to see it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what happens.
Can I just see it?
Boom.
I hate a mealy apple. I hate a mealy apple.
Is there anything better than biting into an apple and then you have to bite into the bruise that you didn't know was there?
Mealy.
Oh, is that the worst?
Oh, God, a bruise. It's bruised. Your apple has the AIDS.
Exactly. Ugh. Biting to Vicky LaMotta.
Leave it to my mom. She found a place that sold bruised apples at a discount.
Bruised apples, cracked eggs.
So every apple was had a bruise on it.
That's
dry fish.
Here's Dry Dry Vagina. Same song.
All right.
Dry, dry, dry vagina. Dry, dry, dry vagina. So before my penis starts to get sore, go pick up some Vagilume at your local drugstore. Said go get some Vagilume at your local drugstore. Oh, you stink, baby.
By the way, we played that on regular radio.
Yeah.
You can't play that on regular radio anymore?
Used to play that on regular radio.
Sure.
Oh, fuck, did that happen?
All right, Jonestown death tapes 30 years ago today. It was 30. So what do we got there, Sam?
Well, Jim Jones.
What'd you do? What's the haps down in Jonestown?
No, there's no
what's
one.
the haps?
There's no one there anymore.
Yeah.
But
really?
Yeah, they're all.
I thought maybe one would be kind of hanging around there.
Yeah.
No.
Just seeing what's going on.
Well, Jim Jones used to pump everything through a PA system.
Yeah.
So these are the last tapes when he was trying to convince
Kill everybody?
Yeah, this is him convincing everybody to kill themselves.
How did they tape it?
I have no idea. I wasn't there to tape. I'm just here to collect the.
Oh, okay.
What's
I thought
been
if it
taped.
went out over a PA, did you record it first and then just play it?
No. This was
Or
live.
he said it, and did somebody have a giant tape recorder from back then and
reel to reel or something?
Yeah, record it because
Yeah.
you can't just hold up your cell phone.
No.
Can't hold up that jitterbug.
No, they didn't have them back then.
So he's broadcasting to all these tapes to his followers?
No, yeah, but this is like live. He's got a mic in front of all his followers.
Holy shit. So the first one is Jim Jones justifies killing the congressman and the members of his church that were leaving.
Right, because this was like what led up to
stupid people wanting to leave. And he said,
Yeah, they
"Fuck
wanted
that,
to
you ain't
leave."
leaving.
But he said they could leave, and then as they were getting on the plane to leave, the truck came and blasted them all, just shot them all. And so then he said, before anybody else comes here, we have to all kill ourselves because they're going to make us look like villains.
Now I put us all in Dutch.
Right.
Here we go. Time to kill yourself.
To sit here and wait for the catastrophe that's going to happen on that airplane, it's going to be a catastrophe. Almost happened here. Almost happened. The congressman was nearly killed here. But you can't steal people's children. You can't take off with people's children without expecting a violent reaction. And that's not so unfamiliar to us either. Even if we were Judeo-Christian, if we weren't communists, the world, the kingdom suffereth violence, and the violence shall take it by force. If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace.
Right.
What the
Wow, he's killing.
Yeah. Literally. Hey, wow. I don't understand how guys get a following like this.
I don't know. I want to figure that out, though. That'd be cool.
That'd be your next thing?
Yeah.
You could probably pull it off.
Well, you convince all those people to move down to South Africa or whatever. You could probably convince them to kill themselves.
Probably. Yeah.
They're cheering death knowing they're going to die. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
But it's because their Lord there told them.
Does he lisp or is that the tape?
That's an awful lisp.
No, that's him.
If anybody's listening to a guy who speaks like this,
You think he had a lisp?
like
who
that.
the fuck would go, it's time to kill ourselves?
Suffering
Trying to kill ourselves.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Man, I mean, we all like to follow bands and stuff, but your favorite band gets you to a point where we're all gonna just kill ourselves now. When do you tap out and go, you know what? Fuck you, fuck your music, fuck your shirts and all your merchandise.
Just before, you just watch everybody else drink the Kool-Aid, and then at least you got the story.
Yeah, you gotta leave one guy around to tell the story.
Well, this is delightful. Jim Jones tells his followers there's no way to survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And I bet you they cheer this. Do they cheer this?
They know, to them, it's the word of God coming down pretty much.
Of course it is.
With the guy that has a lisp.
Yes, God has a lisp.
Lisping God.
Right, yeah. Lisping God.
My opinion is that we be kind to children and be kind to seniors and take the portion like they used to take in ancient Greece and step over quietly, because we are not committing suicide. It's a revolutionary act. We can't go back. They won't leave us alone. They're now going back to tell more lies, which means more congressmen, and there's no way we can survive.
Yeah, he's gearing them up here, boy.
He's telling them to help the kids and the elderly kill themselves first.
Well, that's very cordial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this from a news crew? Someone saying there was a news crew with a senator when the whole death thing went down, Fast Friday. That's where the recordings are from.
But not this recording, because when he was trying to leave, that's the news crew and the senator trying to leave.
Right.
Oh,
they got all shot up.
They killed the news crew?
As far as I know.
It wasn't all bad.
Jim Jones asked for medication for the children and the elderly.
Aw.
That's nice.
Please get us
He's got a headache. Give him an anvil. He's not feeling too well. Do you have a noose? I have a lisp. I talk like the mayor from Carter Country.
Carter Country.
Holy shit.
Chief Roy Moby. Handle it, Roy. Handle it.
Wow, I am surprised you remember that.
Please get us the medication. It's simple. There's no convulsions with it. It's just simple. Just please get it. Before it's too late, the GDF will be here. I tell you, get moving. Get moving. Get moving. Don't be afraid to die. If these people land out here, they'll torture some of our children here. They'll torture our people. They'll torture our seniors. We cannot have this. Patty Parks is dead. The congressman's dead. The Congress today's dead. Many of our traitors are dead. They're all laying out there dead. I didn't, but my people did. My people did.
What a lunatic.
Yeah, my traitors.
Yeah, he's
the
saying
traitors are dead.
All the people that he just said you're free to go, he's announcing to everybody those guys are all dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you all have to kill yourselves, or people are going to come here and torture you.
Yeah, because you're free to go too, just like they were. Or kill yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
This guy had quite a few people, too.
900 and something.
Yeah.
Did any of them survive?
We got one survivor story.
Yeah.
We'll end on a happy note, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's what we do today, or try to.
Dummy.
Jim Jones tries to calm down the children who are dying.
Yes.
We got audio of this?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of kids crying because they would rather not be deceased.
Not die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand.
Shit. my God! You gotta be kidding me, man.
If you're crying, you're dying.
What the fuck?
This is the solution I want for airplanes. Fucking little bastards.
Oh, the parents deserve it, you dummies.
He said that I was watching a documentary before this even happened, like before they even moved, when they were in San Francisco, he had everyone drink Kool-Aid, and then he told them all there was cyanide in it, just to see who was loyal to him.
Oh.
Like, to see who panicked and who went with him.
What happened? Did a lot of people panic?
Yeah, some people panicked, because they were like, what? But some people stayed with him through that, moved to Jonestown with him, and then actually killed themselves.
And then fell for the Kool-Aid thing again.
Yeah.
They were probably like, no, it's really not cyanide.
Right.
And he pulls this gag all the time.
Yeah, oh, come on.
He does this all the time.
It's not really cyanide, right?
Children, it's just something to put you to rest. Oh, God. Mother, 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 please.
Mother, mother.
Mother, please, please, please. Don't do this. Don't do this. Lay down your life with your child, but don't do this. Free at last.
All right, the kids are dead.
Keep your emotions down. Keep your emotions down. Children, it will not hurt if you'll be quiet. If you'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
the kid's
really
like, no.
creepy.
Yeah.
No.
Like they're
Yes.
because they were all communists, so they were like, we can go to Russia. Like there were people who said, no, I think we can go to Russia. We don't have to do this.
No.
They said,
No,
way that's
mother,
gonna work.
mother. No, that won't work.
That's a bad plan.
God.
Plan stinks. No.
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 She said Russia?
Yeah, she said we can go to Russia. I don't think we have to. And he said, no.
He goes, yes, Russia right to the Kool-Aid and start drinking it, dummy.
But I mean, because he died of a gunshot wound.
Yes.
And nobody knows if he shot himself. Because there were obviously people with guns there because somebody shot the congressman and all the people who tried to escape. So
some of his most loyal followers had the guns.
If you didn't drink the Kool-Aid, they probably would have just shot you.
Yes.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah. They were definitely all around there.
He didn't die with Kool-Aid, though?
No, he got shot.
I think it was self-inflicted.
You really do?
Yeah.
There's the picture. Wow. Just
That's
bodies
good.
everywhere.
I like the that when they had a flyover and they thought it was a picnic.
Yeah.
People thought it was a fucking picnic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like when you see that from the sky, you just think, oh, look, colorful blankets are out and people are picnicking. You don't think, oh, there's a bunch of dead people.
900 of them.
900 dead
oh, wow.
folk.
They're setting up for Woodstock.
Yeah, this is cool.
Cool,
All
man.
little babies down there laying on the blankets.
Look at that.
They're bringing back
All
Woodstock.
just laying there
I want
dead.
I want to see the Who.
That must have stunk so badly.
Jim Jones says death is something to look forward to.
All righty.
I tell you, I don't care how many screams you hear. I don't care how many anguished cries. Death is a million times preferable to 10 more days of this life. If you knew what was ahead of you, you'd be glad to be stepping over tonight. If you quit, tell them they're dying. If you adults would stop some of this nonsense, adults, I call on you to stop this nonsense. I call on you to quit exciting your children when all they're doing is going to quiet rest. I call on you to stop this now, if you have any respect at all.
I really hate this guy.
This guy is the worst.
He's a dickhead.
Wow, dickhead.
Yeah.
Very good.
So what? The adults now are going, holy shit, I can't sit here and watch my kid
It's like,
die.
oh, you're dying,
I
you're
don't
dying.
give a shit what this means. I can't do this.
And he's saying, stop this nonsense. Tell your kid that they're just resting.
Yeah, they're just resting. Don't
Just
tell them that they're dying.
Drink this delicious cyanide Kool-Aid.
Yeah, join them.
Someone really mad. Joe in Ohio. Yes, Joe.
Hey, man, I love this show. Don't get me wrong. You guys are great. You make
Oh
me
boy,
laugh.
that
It's
means there's a
hilarious.
problem. Why don't you
right.
just get to the problem? I don't.
That's okay.
I don't give a shit. People have to preface it. I like, but just what's your problem?
Okay, Opie.
Cut to the
problem
chase.
is you're playing audio of kids dying.
We're playing.
Isn't that fucked up? Don't you think that's fucked up?
We're playing news footage, dude, of an event that happened that really brought cults into light and what cults do. It's a very famous event that happened
30 years ago.
It's almost like playing 9/11 audio or something like that. So what's the
That's
issue?
too soon.
What's the issue with us playing the audio?
The issue is with the 9/11 audio.
What's
You're
that?
not hearing people dying.
Yes, you are. You're just not hearing it as graphically.
Scream and die. No, you hear a plane crash into a building and people on the street go, "Oh my God!"
Like I said,
Audio. You're hearing kids in the background.
No, you're hearing.
Yes, you are.
But you're hearing kids crying. They're not dead.
Yes, you are.
The dead ones are quiet.
You don't like it, don't listen. It's real news footage. It's audio that exists. It happened. It's a very famous mass killing.
I know.
You don't like it, don't
You're
listen.
exploiting it and you're making fun of it.
Yep.
Don't you think that's...
Making fun of it.
I'm not really
You're
making
right.
fun.
I was making fun of it because
I'm kind of deeply disturbed by the whole
I just
thing.
said I
think
hate this
it's
guy.
thinning the herd. I think these fucking people that went there and followed this jackass all deserve to be laying there with their stupid kids and being dead. Good. Goodbye. Goodbye. Fuck them all. Good. They're dead. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them in their dead asses.
I agree with you that the adults that follow this ass deserve to die.
Oh, you think the kids would have been any better? Please.
Well, to
they're
be
all
honest, they're
fucking...
innocent, though. They're too young to really know. Right?
Screw it. They belong to the parents. Fuck them. Their property to do what they want with. I could give a shit.
I will say off the subject, that one lady has a very nice hiney.
Little supple dead ass right there. That's before rigor set in.
It's funny. Did you call all the magazines like Life and Time and scold them for publishing the photos?
Yeah, on the cover of
No, because I'm only 25. I wasn't alive when this actually happened.
All right, but so why don't you call them
So
now?
we're
It's
teaching you.
still all over the place.
I've never heard the audio.
So why are you listening if you don't like it?
I
Instead
never
of being
heard
the
the audio either.
self-righteous, angry young
Good
man,
stuff.
why don't
I'm
you
not
just...
self-righteous.
Yes, you are.
I'm self-righteous?
Yes, of course you are.
So you just said it. Yeah,
You're playing audio of kids. We know what it is, stupid.
Who cares? Why
It's
do
a
you
real
care?
event.
30 years ago. There's kids right now, this second, that are starving somewhere. Go help them.
Yeah, should we not ever show African footage on the news of people starving, or should we? And you say 9/11 audio is different. No, it's not. You're still watching people die. You're just not seeing it as close.
I suppose, in a sense, that's correct.
You don't
But
like
they're
it?
not dying
Thank you for
at
agreeing.
the moment.
You don't
It's
like
not
it?
the moment of their death.
This
Yes, we
wasn't
are
either.
seeing the moment of their death.
It was the moment before their death. The
And
kids
we're,
are
and we're
crying.
hearing a maniac. I've never heard this stuff before, and it's fascinating.
Yep.
It's morbid and it's fascinating.
No, I agree. It is. It's amazing that this happened. It's amazing that there's footage of it happening.
The bottom line is we're hearing something awful that is a real event that happened, and we absolutely are going to play it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. But to call up and express like indignation is childish. Just don't listen. Be an adult. Go, I don't like this.
And
It's
go
not
somewhere
for
else.
me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
that's all you
listen.
have to do.
Well,
the show's not for everybody all the time.
At every moment.
Right. There's going to be times you're like, you know what, I'm not into that. I'm going somewhere else for a while.
If I don't like
Hopefully
something-
we keep you interested enough where it's a popular channel and we continue doing our show.
If I don't like something,
That's what we hope for.
I just don't listen to it or don't watch it. I've never called CBS or HBO or any channel and said I don't like something. I just don't watch it.
I did once. Lucky Louie. I
Well,
called up HBO.
Surprised you got through. The phones weren't busy.
I'm a bit disturbed listening to this audio. I'm not going to lie to you, but
Yes.
it's, like Jimmy said, it's
I think
fascinating.
that's what my issue is too.
And I've never
Yeah,
heard
it's very
I've never heard this guy talk before. I
Yeah.
don't think, or if I have, it's been many years, and it's wow. You
That sounds silly.
You start thinking all sorts of shit. Like, what would it take for people to really believe?
But I mean,
in a guy like this, all the way to the end like this.
he had everyone fooled. The night before, that when the congressman was there, he went to like a big party they were
I
having.
don't understand the congressman's story. That guy was going there to broker a deal, maybe to end this fucking
The ones
thing.
who wanted to leave could leave.
He went there to see, because there was a lot of controversy around it, and nobody knew what it was. So he went there to see what it was. And like the night before, they have this party, and everybody's celebrating, and he's like, you guys are all happy here. I can't believe what a
Yeah,
great
this
time you're
looks
having.
great.
And then people started slipping him notes.
Yeah.
Saying, I want to leave.
Help. I want
They
to
won't
leave
let
and I
me leave.
can't.
They won't. And so then he
He
said,
was able to brainwash these guys
Yeah.
to that point. Because weren't they in the middle of nowhere? Couldn't they just I would have just taken a fucking
made it
chance.
even worse.
They're in the middle of the
As soon as I
jungle.
see the
If they were
first
in the
guy
middle of-
dying, I'm like, I'm taking a chance. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you
middle
figure
of the
once he's
jungle?
telling people who wanted to, the ones who wanted to leave were shot.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about at night?
There was
When
only
they're
one
making
way
believe
out in
they're
the
having fun?
airfield. Where are you going? These people weren't set up to go on safari.
I understand
They
that,
had
but
nothing but the shirts on their back.
hope
and
for the best.
And there had to be guards. If there's people there to shoot you if you leave, there's got to be guards.
But then
there
the guards have got to think, wow, this isn't going to be good for me in the end.
Guards always have it
I
better.
want to jump back to what Ann said, though, about what it takes for people to follow this shit and actually go through with it and believe it.
Yes.
Who? I'm sorry, who said that?
That was Mark.
Jimmy.
Oh, well, whoever it was. My point is, though,
E-Rock,
that
Sam,
the adults, you're
Steve,
right, they
Danny,
followed this and believe
Travis,
it. The kids
maybe
didn't have a
Derek,
choice, and you're right,
or
they belong
Butcher.
to the ignorant adults. Fair enough. But still, give them time to grow up and have them have a conscience and decide for themselves, you know? Is that still wrong?
Yes.
It's not what history had in store for these people.
You're missing the point, sir. They were being punished for their naughtiness.
We can't take all this back, but still, it's kind of fucked up that we're sitting here listening to this. And I don't get me wrong, you guys are funny, but you're cracking jokes about these kids.
No, we're not. We're making fun of the guy. If I wanted to make a joke about the kids, I would, but we didn't. We were making fun of the guy's lisp.
I made a crying airplane baby joke.
Oh, that was funny.
Gee, I'm sorry. Oh, wow.
That's
look
not
at me.
too bad. And this is what
behind a kid on a plane. Of course, you want to fucking slip him something.
Look, Joe,
You
we're
got it,
having a
Joe.
discussion now because of these
Get a hold of
tapes.
yourself, Joe. You're panicking.
Yeah, hang in there.
Just simmer down, Joe.
Go check out the Zeppelin channel for a little while. We'll be done with this in about 15 minutes.
So
all right?
listen to the new channel, the Jim Jones channel. So Jim Jones is lisping all his favorite hits. Yeah. What's new, Pussycat? I'm thirsty.
Also known as Cinemagic or whatever the fuck that Borefest is. All right, there, Joe.
All right, buddy.
See, we
All
allow
right.
you to express your shit on
That's
our
right.
show.
And then we
There
go
you
right back to what we were doing.
Yeah, it doesn't change our opinion, but you get to express it. Let's go to Philly. Rick, what are you doing?
Hey, listen, that last guy was a prick. The moment I started hearing the baby's cry, I turned it down and I turned it back up. I mean, he could have done the same goddamn thing, but he's just a moron. Too sensitive. His parents probably beat him as a kid.
Are you a parent? Are you a parent?
I am a parent. I have a
Yeah,
3-year-old
see.
son, but you know
It's
what?
always the parents
It's hard
that go.
that's uncomfortable to listen to, man.
He could've
when I'm
turned
a
it down.
parent. I'm a parent myself, and it's very difficult to shut up.
You just hate
He
these
could have
adults.
turned the friggin' radio down just like I did. You know, he pays and subscribes to the same damn channel I do.
No, his volume was
Stop being a
broke.
wuss.
His volume and tuning was broken.
Probably.
He rammed
You
his
know
kid's
what?
head
You guys-
into it when the
you
kid
guys
wanted
are-
ice
you
cream.
Yeah.
You guys are great. I listen to you every day.
It is
I
disturbing.
listen to you every day.
All right, I know you do. We're
Thank you.
great. Shut
We're
up.
terrific. We rule.
Brian in Michigan, what's up?
Hold on, Brian. It is upsetting to listen to. I mean, even though I don't have kids, it's like you really are listening to parents murder their children, and it's fucking. It makes you want to just stick a knife in these people for doing this. Like, what kind of piece of shit is that? Devoid of any ability to self-think. To follow a lisping guy into a jungle. Just
kill him.
And kill your own kids.
Kill him. Game over.
Fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
All right, let's go, Brian.
Problem, Brian?
Okay, I got... Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
All right, well, I got two things. The first one, from Michigan, white supremacist, love Anthony, love listening to the show. Appreciate you guys. Anthony, I certainly hope you get line of the day for your line that the babies are crying, but the dead ones aren't making any noise.
Right. Apparently they weren't.
Appreciate that,
Just a
but
factual
Anthony,
statement.
I gotta ask you, could you stop making fun of the white babies dying? They only had a couple of black kids in that group. Please, these are white children.
No,
They're much
sir, you're not very factual, sir. It actually, there were a lot of black African people that were there.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue to laugh and make fun.
That is hatred, sir, and I shall not stand here and listen to your hatred.
You're not standing, Anthony. You're sitting.
I will not. Well, I won't stand.
All
right. Let's play
I think
another
he's
clip.
doing a wacky bit.
Of course, he has to be.
We did Jim Jones' Death of Something to Look Forward to. We did that clip,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we got
something.
This one.
Oh, you said it wrong. Something.
Jim Jones asked for the vat with the green C so the adults can begin.
The vat with the green C in, please.
Green? It's not even a
Bring
good
it here
cherry.
so the adults can begin. Egg, you don't fail to follow my advice. You'll be sorry.
Whoa.
You'll be sorry. We've set an example for others. We've set 1,000 people who say we don't like the way the world is.
Yeah, they showed us.
Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide protesting the conditions of an inhumane world.
Who's agreeing with this?
No kidding.
Who's grabbing those cups and going, me first, me?
What's wrong with you?
Let me have the punch.
Yeah, that's the way the audio ends.
Yeah, it's just kind of. Well, we got audio of a survivor, but.
Oh, yeah, let's hear that.
Survivor.
I'm a survivor.
Someone who's like, I just dumped it out.
Yeah, I didn't drink it. The
I
end.
just laid down.
Yeah, I faked it.
Yeah.
All right.
A couple people tried to fake it, but they weren't good actors. I'm dead!
All right, let's say hi to Matt in Minnesota. Matt.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, I just want to comment about that first guy that called. You know, I agree with him, man. It's fucking brutal. I understand you can turn down the radio and all that bullshit, but you know, three of you guys don't have any kids. You know, you guys don't know anything about that. You guys have nieces and nephews and shit like that, but that doesn't hit home like having kids.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Dude, I don't have. Can I quickly say I don't have kids, and yeah, that's very, very bothersome to me. Very bothersome.
But let me ask
Hearing
you a
the
question.
Kids cry and shit.
When's the last time you turned the news off, or like, or something like that?
Turn the news off?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they don't show shit like this.
Are you kidding? Dude, are you naive?
They show some real bad stuff.
I love the fucking beheadings and fucking people getting shot in liquor stores and the fucking gunshot wounds to the head, but I don't know, something about this man just kind of hit home to me, and I heard that little kid yell, no!
Yes.
I fucking cringed, and I thought, holy fuck.
You're supposed to. It's disturbing
Yeah, that's
audio,
right.
dude. It's disturbing audio. But understand, like you just said, you have a line. Everyone has their line, but you can't impose your line on other people.
No, I know. I'm just saying it was fucking brutal, and I kind of got to agree. You know, it's fucking horrendous.
We disagree.
We
It
get
is
it.
brutal. We agree with that, but we're playing it.
We understand people are going to be disturbed or offended by this, whatever. I mean, I can't
never
watch
thought we'd
beheading
get
videos.
Phone
I can't.
calls. I never thought we'd get phone calls because of that clip.
I didn't either.
Really didn't.
And some of the fucking, you know, sideways jokes, you know, kind of knocking the kids down a little bit, you know, saying, you know, fuck the kids. It's,
Oh, they'd have
you know,
been fucking, 35 years old now.
Yeah, but
They'd have just been
they're
wastes of
byproduct
life
the
sitting there.
Panthers. I mean, just
Fucking
because they're
hippie-
a byproduct of the
hippies
Panthers, they
fucking-
have a fucking shot at life, you know? I mean, give me
We
a break.
understand that, sir. It's called gallows humor, and we get it. You think you're coming up with this new revelation? You mean life is precious? We got
Oh,
it.
Jimmy, of course I don't fucking think so. But I'm just saying, I'm just playing out to say, you know, you don't fucking knock the kids down and say they're byproduct parents. Fuck them. That's not how it is.
Nobody means that, dude. We're just shit talking through horrible audio.
Anthony just said it.
He's shit talking to
I'm
annoy that
shit-talking.
caller.
That's what I did. I took my little niece and nephew over the weekend, and I punted them out back over my pool because on a bet. See if I could punt my niece and nephews into the other person's yard.
That's okay with them.
He was fucking annoying the other caller.
Of course.
And you bought it hook,
Dummy.
line, and sinker.
No,
I think I sit there and go, fuck the little dying children. Do you honestly think I would say that?
Of course not.
I hate that I have to explain this. The other guy was getting so pissed that I just throw that in to make him more mad.
Yes.
Do you honestly think I'm sitting here listening to that audio going, yeah, die, kids? You're a fucking nut. Everyone's crazy. No one knows me. No one knows me.
I know
Who
you.
knows the real me? Nobody.
Anthony would have dated half of those kids.
I'm sensitive.
All right, thank you,
out.
sir.
Punch out your face.
Let's say hi to Mike in Texas. Mike.
Hi, Mike. Welcome to
Mike?
the show. I hope you
What's
like
up,
it.
Mike?
If you want to just step up and take some of that green stuff.
Yeah. My neighbor, I was about 12 or 13, and my neighbor was older, and he was in the Air Force.
Go, Paul.
And he helped carry the bodies, you know, load them in the body bags and put them on the C5.
Get a body bag.
That's a hell of a job right there, huh?
Yeah, he's pictured a couple times in life, and you know, he said it was the worst thing he's ever seen. Their bodies were all bloated, and they had to stuff them in the body bags as best they could.
How long were they there for before the people got to them?
Well, I can't remember. I think it was probably 2 or 3 days, because, I mean, the word got out pretty quick, but, you know, it took the Air Force a while to mobilize and figure out what they were going to do. I don't think they realized that there was that many dead.
Oh, okay.
And,
Did they know the congressman had been murdered, or they just hadn't heard from him?
well, that's how they figured out what was going on. I mean, the word got out pretty quick that the congressman had been murdered.
Is there footage of him being murdered?
I'm not sure.
There's footage of them like running behind the plane, like they all started running behind the plane
Oh.
and trying to hide behind tires and stuff. Yeah, there is.
Jeepers creepers.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And they didn't need the Air Force. Well, I guess they couldn't. They didn't supply these guys with any respirators or any of that kind of stuff. They all had kerchiefs tied around their faces to try and stifle the smell. I mean, it was just horrific.
I like how he said, and he told me it was the worst thing he'd ever seen. It's like, what could possibly be worse?
Right,
exactly. And that, like, second place is a big drop off.
Yeah.
You know, it's the word like roadkill or something.
Best part too is he told me, like, you can't figure that out on your own.
It's the worst thing you ever seen.
Yeah.
Next to the Yankees blowing a 3-0 lead to the Red Sox.
Right, that was pretty bad.
This is right.
Stop joking.
All right.
Stop joking.
In this post 9/11 world, I mean, we've all seen some pretty horrific stuff now, but I mean, back then, I guess it was just
I think we're in a post 9/11 world.
Yeah, exactly.
We're post that.
Exactly. It's the same as a pre-9/11 world.
Yeah. Except 9/11 was
shitty.
in the middle.
We know who the fucking problem is, and we're doing nothing about it. Pre and post the same.
All right, Mike, thank you.
I want to look that up on the information superhighway.
Todd the trucker. Todd, what are you hauling?
I'm hauling gas, guys.
Gas?
Gasoline.
All right.
We need our gas, so
you make big boom.
Go to it.
Yeah, I watched the special on one of the Discovery channels, and they said on there when Jim Jones ordered them to drink all this Kool-Aid, that the ones that refused to do it, they injected them with needles with the Kool-Aid.
Oof.
Yeah,
well, it's probably just
that.
cyanide. They wouldn't put Kool-Aid
Yeah,
in
the
the
Kool-Aid needle. Probably just the pure cyanide.
You get a little treat in your veins.
Yeah.
Nice.
They actually had the big Kool-Aid guy come in.
Yeah, thank you for the Kool-Aid treat,
Kool-Aid
everyone.
He pissed it in their mouth.
All right, let's go to Steve in New York. The big city, the big town, the big apple.
Steve.
The big apple. What's up there, Steve?
Hey, man. Hey, on TV, they said that the special over the weekend that his general that is one of the guys that shot him in the head, was the one that killed him, and he was the one that also killed the senator, and he's one of the survivors. I think he's probably down in jail in Guyana still.
Really?
No way.
No, come on.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of survivors actually on the plane. I think 4 people off the plane actually survived.
Oh, they didn't all die. Okay.
Yeah, the one, there's an aide for the senator. She survived. She got shot 5 times and survived like 2 days in the jungle.
5 times, and she's still alive.
Wait, she was shot hanging out in the jungle for 2 days?
Yeah, because they after they shot him, they got away. There were a bunch of them, like few of the kids and the aide. They ran to the jungle, and then they ended up getting lost for like 2 or 3 days, and they couldn't find them.
With 5 bullets in her?
Yeah. Well, she laid in the bushes for a few days because she wasn't very mobile.
Dude, how much would that suck? 5 bullet wounds and you're getting bit by mosquitoes.
Bugs are on you.
Right. Yeah. And now they're loving the blood that they're seeing on your body. Oh, what
See,
a
I could be
nightmare.
saying worse things like Pal Talk. I'm reading here, 2 kids, 1 cup. See, that's a horrible thing to say, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, the video that they had on the documentary this past weekend was pretty. They think this just the audio is bad. That video is it's horrible, man. It really sent chills through me, man. But I couldn't turn it off. So.
Wow. All right. Thank you, sir.
Right, take care.
I'm going to watch that.
We got audio of the survivor. She was 12 when it went down, and she survived this whole thing.
They were the shocking images broadcast throughout the world. Deep in the jungles of Guyana, a remote agricultural settlement built by...
What a news ass. You think he's sitting there practicing?
Oh.
No, let me try
In
that
the
again.
jungles
In the
of
jungles.
You just reminded me, when I was driving in this morning, I was listening to Winds.
Yeah.
And I guess they were having some technical difficulties because they were broadcasting over the air some guy practicing one of his reads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the
So
best.
it was layered over whatever story that they were airing. So he just kept going. He kept going, okay, 3, 2, 1, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me do that again. In 3, 2, 1. It went on for about 4 minutes.
We're here in Midtown where, well, let me do it again.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. We're here in Midtown. That's better.
I think the story trumps your dumb voice. Just talk.
In
the
Guyana,
jungle.
the jungles of Guyana.
John Tyler, more info coming in from Atlanta. He's slurring because he was hopped on Valium and other meds. Is that true there, Sam?
I don't know.
You didn't do your search. Okay.
don't
Research. His health was declining greatly by the time this happened. Is that true, Sam?
He looked healthy to me.
But if he was dying himself, then this is easy.
Yeah.
You're just going to take people out with you.
Selfish prick.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's get back to the newsman.
They were the shocking images broadcast throughout the world. Deep in the jungles of Guyana, a remote agricultural settlement built by the People's Temple, a religious group from California led by Jim Jones. 30 years ago, more than 900 members of the temple died in Jonestown, almost all after drinking cyanide-laced grape drink. Yolanda Williams was 12 when she began attending temple services in San Francisco with her parents. Years later, Jones summoned Williams and her family to his compound in Guyana.
This wasn't all it was cooked up to be. It was not.
Really? What told you that?
You know, I'm a little suspicious.
Right.
What? The fact that he lisped and everyone was dead? What tipped you off that it wasn't going to be a big party in the woods? Right. No Ferris wheel and a dead senator.
This wasn't all it was cooked up to be. It was not paradise. It was a concentration camp. It was hell. It was a plantation. And there was things going on that I knew were totally ungodly and inhumane.
Williams and her family managed to flee Guyana just months before the mass suicide.
Just months. Wow, cut out by the skin of your teeth.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. Wow.
I thought she like laid there and the Kool-Aid didn't get on her or something.
Yeah.
Oh, please. She fucking hit the bricks early.
That's like saying on 9/11, I almost took a flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew in August. It's like 3 months before.
I'm technically a fucking a survivor of the Trade Center because I was in the Trade Center fucking 8 years before they got down.
I was up
there.
there
The
once
windows of the
too.
world.
Yeah,
I had
sure.
dinner once. Think of what could have happened if I was there that day.
Fool around with the math a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Could have been us.
Terrible.
Yeah. Hey, more Survivor audio. She was 12.
We made it back out.
What's she laughing at? Survivor laughing.
Because she lived. Right. She got something to laugh about.
What made her laugh, you think? All right.
We made it back out.
The dead people, we missed that.
She was listening to Aunt make fun of the dead babies.
Right.
Yeah.
We made it back out through the power and grace of God and our ability to negotiate with Him. Because
The power of God, but God said, fuck these people.
Fuck all the rest of the
go
people.
fuck yourselves.
Yeah, you get some grace. 900 of them have a sip.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard this lady loud and clear. I didn't hear you dummies. Yeah, God. Shut up. Want to thank God for this win. What, the losing team didn't want it from God?
No.
Shut up. Stupid.
we made it back out through the power and grace of God and our ability to negotiate with Him because he was in a drug-induced state. So we convinced him it was in his best interest to let us go and to prove to the people here in the United States, the concerned citizens, other media people, that someone could get out if they wanted to, and we had the freedom, of course, to leave, come and go as we please.
30 years later, Williams says she's using her experience to be a voice for those who died. She's now speaking out against Jim Jones.
Wow. This woman is a day late and a dollar short on everything.
After 30 years, you know, I think he's actually dead.
I'm going to speak out on this guy.
Who's rebutting her?
But she waited 30 years.
She's alone at a debate podium because no one will take up the other side, which is Jim Jones is a good egg.
Look, when you lose someone close to you, you know, the first day or two, you think to yourself, they might be walking through that door. 30 years later, it's safe to say that the guy isn't going to come around. You could.
She's the voice, though, against Jim Jones.
Wow, all right.
Shit, I was trying to get that movement going.
All the supporters he has.
She's now speaking out against Jim Jones.
And he had, in my opinion, and I say this and I'm compelled to say this, he had 917 chances to stop the annihilation, and yet he continued to witness people dying one by one.
Well, she really is fucking bringing a new perspective on it.
Really.
You know, until she said that, I really liked this guy.
And she said he witnessed people dying. Like, he killed them.
Yeah, yeah.
He gave them the drink that killed them. He didn't just look.
Yeah, he had a tub of it
Witness
there.
and executioner, my
Yes.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
One by one.
Jones died that same day of a gunshot wound to the head.
To the head.
When he was...
Oh, yeah.
He used to drive buses, like when he was still in the States, he would drive buses around the country and convince, book town halls and stuff and do speeches and convince people who would go to get on the buses with him and drive back to his place, across the country and start just joining his church like that.
How does he?
And then and then they start selling their houses and stuff because he was communist.
Dude, how do you do this? I want to be a cult leader. It sounds cool. Until, the killing part at the end.
Is there a picture of him anywhere? I know, I've seen him, but I don't remember.
Yeah, those dark glasses,
he almost looked like Muammar Gaddafi a little bit.
Didn't he look kind of Hawaiian or something, if I remember?
There's
something going on.
Black hair.
Yeah,
dark feet.
Slick black hair.
Yeah, he was fucking swarthy.
Yeah.
He was a real Svengali, this guy.
Svengali.
He sure is, Jimmy. He sure is.
Svengali.
Let's go to Chris
How
the
do you
Trucker.
brainwash people like that?
I don't know. Tony Darrow was very funny. It was after Marshall Whiteapple. Remember they had those people kill themselves? What was it, 50 of them or whatever?
Yeah.
Darrow goes, how do you get people? I can't get 3 people to help me move.
There he is.
That's a young picture of him, though.
Yeah.
He looked different.
At the end, he really looked different.
Let's say hi to Chris the Trucker. Chris, what are you hauling?
I'm hauling appliances right now.
Well, that's a pretty vague description.
Yeah.
But
You don't know
washing
what kind?
machines, blenders, what do you need?
Yeah.
Stoves, stuff like that.
Stoves, durable goods.
I want to agree with you guys. This stuff needs to be shown. I know it's brutal. I don't watch the beheadings because those are too brutal for me. But they need to be shown because the world needs to see that there are psychos out there that will convince you of anything in order to further their agenda. And people need to wake up and not be following all this crap. The KKK, the Aryan Nation, the Nazis, all this shit that people
Oh, I thought you were giving other
in the name
examples.
of God. They follow this in the name of God, and everyone needs to wake up. Stop following people.
Wake up and smell the grape drink.
I agree. It needs to be shown. If people don't like it, turn it off.
I'm actually, me and this woman are speaking out against Jim Jones.
Yeah.
And I also understand she's condemned Hitler.
Yeah.
And Chairman Mao. What a Johnny-come-lately.
What a zero.
She's a real bandwagon jumper after
Holy
the fact.
shit.
What else?
She picked, she just picked the Cowboys over the Steelers in Super Bowl 13.
I was going to say, what else happened in 1978 that we could speak out against, Because the Jim Jones one is covered. There's got to be other stuff that happened in 78 we can
Maybe
speak
she has
out against.
the murderer's almanac, and she knows what's going to happen.
Jesus.
Hey, there he is. Yeah. See, he's kind of got a...
With thick black hair, a bullet tore right through that fucking dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
He looks like Roy Orbison.
He's got
Little Mark
He's got
David
a wedding
Chapman.
ring on. Was he married?
No.
No fucking wedding ring he's got there.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Jared. Jared.
Hey, what's going on, boys? I have never heard this audio before, and I gotta admit, it has to be played. And that douchebag that called up, fuck him, man. This shit needs to be played. It's disgusting. It's morbid. But you know what?
Now, that was his opinion. That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now.
I forgot this is satellite radio, and you have 200 channels to choose from.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, good show this morning. I enjoyed it. My dad was listening to it.
James, New Mexico. What's going on?
Yeah, there's this History Channel documentary that came out a few years ago. It's called Paradise Lost.
Yes.
That was a John Milton poem.
If you go to YouTube and search Jonestown Paradise Lost,
yeah,
you'll see there's like 9 parts to it. It describes how Jim Jones was too much of a coward to take the Kool-Aid himself. He had to shoot himself in the head.
I don't know if you want to say, that's more of a cowardly way than another way. Like, any way you do it is pretty, you gotta have some balls on you, I think.
Well, he was too afraid to, for the pain that it might have caused.
He didn't like the
physically.
taste of grape.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he do both?
Do the old Hitler, you bite down.
Earlier, too. How come he's not calling History Channel for, letting them know not to play this stuff either?
Does cyanide, I wonder what it tastes like and how does it work?
It said on the documentary that I watched.
It's delicious.
It said it had very bitter taste. I don't know where they got that information from.
Like dark chocolate,
Cyanide's very
Sam?
bitter.
Yeah, like dark chocolate.
That's what the Goebbels children said too, when they were being killed in the bunker. That it was very bitter. I'm an expert on child death.
You love it so much.
When they're killed by their parents.
What were you saying, sir?
Didn't matter, Jimmy. I'll just talk over it again because I could give a flying fuck.
I'm sure.
And I'll just say whatever I want because it's my show, and I don't care what this guy is saying, quite frankly.
Sorry, fellas.
So he could just... What? No, I didn't hear your point.
No,
What the hell is like 10:30? Yeah, it's getting there. Okay. What?
I'm sure the
Yeah, that's just I don't care what he says. All right, enough of you. Don't you understand? I'm never going to let you talk. Hang up.
Let's say hi to Dan. Dan, you had family members. They were part of a cult.
Dan the man.
That's what I like calling anyone named Dan.
Exactly.
Makes him cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dan.
Hey, I have some family members that, my sisters were,
Dan the brand doesn't sound as cool.
No.
Go ahead. Dan likes it in the can. All right. Go ahead. Dan the Charlie Chan, you're up.
God damn it, I love you, Jimmy.
I'm only kidding you, Dan the fan. What's up?
Dan I want to call him Dan the Dan. Because he's Dan.
Now, what's up, Dan the pan? Go ahead.
Anyways, the Freedman standoff up in Montana.
Right.
My sisters were in that, and I remember that shit fucked me up for the rest of my life as far as religion goes.
Are they okay?
Every time,
All right.
I try to go to church or something like that, I get these images pop back in my head of my sisters being in this compound with guys around there with guns threatening to kill them.
Oh.
Hold on. Hey, Dan, don't mess with the Zohan. I want to know, are your sisters okay?
Yeah, I'm Dan. I only use my right hand, so.
That's good. It's cool. There's a D in that.
Well, I gained a stroke when I switched, so.
Are your sisters are alive, right?
My sister, one of them is still pretty fucked up. She ended up getting impregnated by one of the leaders, and I've got a nephew that they're trying that he doesn't even know what happened, but it's she's pretty messed up in the head. She's got some major sexual issues. She'll she's even talking about having sex goals. That kind of stuff really messes.
Wait, talking sex? Had sex with what?
Animals.
Ooh,
dogs, cats, that kind of stuff.
Sister's a fucking good egg.
Hold it.
Well,
shenanigans. I'm
Why?
just calling shenanigans. It's just too much stuff. I don't believe this guy.
Shenanigans. We can get one of my sisters.
I don't believe you.
Can we get the
Don't
one that
believe
was
him.
fattened up by the cult leader? He pumped that culting seed into her. Potent load right in that fucking womb. How long were they involved with the cult? I was asking if they were a lot.
I wasn't involved with the cult. It was my stepmother that ended up disappearing with my sisters right as they're getting divorced.
Okay.
They ended up going on a really interesting tour of the U.S. in a little motorhome.
It's more interesting than this call.
Was the cult leader endowed? Was he clipped?
Yeah. Big dick on the cult leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never met the cult leader. He's still locked up.
Yeah, but you could have heard from your sister. Did you say big dick?
What animal did she compare him to?
Nice big cock. Wait, what?
Did you call
Great
him
Dane pony?
donkey dick or old rooster penis?
Old rooster penis?
What cult? What cult was this guy the member of or the leader of? What cult?
Right.
Fast, go.
Blood color white.
No, what cult?
What cult?
The womb wreckers of the Lord.
It was a polygamous cult.
What's the name of the cult?
Freedmen they're called the Freedmen.
The Freedmen?
The Freedmen.
Jewish cult?
Oh, the Freedmen.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the Freedmen.
No, the Freedmen.
Oh, the Freedmen.
Yeah, up in their compound was up in Montana. God, I think it was out by Butte somewhere.
It's the Freedmen. They're stocked in the toilet.
Wow, we got a couple people that died in Jonestown. Well, their relatives calling in. Charlie in Louisiana. Charlie.
Hey, old man.
What's up?
And Jimmy.
Hi.
What's up, Charlie?
Yes. I had my aunt and uncle and their 2 children died in Jonestown, and dude, it's not even funny sitting here listening. I like you guys, man, but you know, that's not even funny.
You got to realize we're playing something as a news event. It's like anytime you play something. Now, if you're telling the truth, we're playing this as it's a world event, and it's easier to be detached from a world event than anybody. If we look at it like too closely, like every person that was personally hurt by it, then technically we can't make fun of anything.
Can't talk about anything. Yeah, my poor old grandma has the Alzheimer's, and she's like nutty as a fruitcake. And how many times do we make Alzheimer's jokes?
Never, because you said we can't.
I have a famous... I know. I've forbidden all of you from even speaking of it. But it's like, there are other things, afflictions people have had that we know, like personally know, and then we talk about it. So you know something? Fuck you. I don't care about you or your dead family. We're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about, because...
Well, the kicker with that is, Ant...
What?
Is that
it's the
they
kicker.
couldn't understand a fucking thing he was saying, and they couldn't stand grape Kool-Aid. Frunkus.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
That's why I told him to go fuck himself. Yeah, fuck you. I thought he was serious.
That was good. He got me too.
James in Tennessee, what's up?
Boys, how are you today?
Good, James.
There's a lot of stuff that's being said that's a bunch of shit, evidently, because he was married. He was married for about 20 years. He was gay. He got arrested in California for a lewd act in a bathroom. They never came out and said what it was. But he did have sex with men and women.
He's still out.
No animals. That dude before, he's full of shit, man. But yeah, there was a bunch of people that did escape. The girl that y'all had on there, the black lady that was saying that she's campaigning against him, she was pregnant when she escaped. Her son, when he was 19 years old, actually killed a cop. He's in jail forever now. The man that was his right-hand man, it was paroled in 2002. He's out and about now.
How is he out?
There's a lot of stuff that's being said that's wrong.
Wait, the guy that was out, his right-hand man that
Out
killed
and
people?
about.
He killed people?
You can't just be out and about.
No, he's out and
He got-
about.
He got paroled in 2002, smart asses.
You know what his name is? I would like to Google him. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding.
And how was that woman pregnant when she left? When she was 12.
So that makes sense.
No,
well,
no. There was a woman that left there. Look it up. I mean, CNN broadcasted the other day. You don't call me a liar. Just look it up.
Is the guy who got out, who was his right-hand man, did he kill anybody, or was he just there?
No, he did kill some people, but he did.
How did he get
was
out?
in jail. He was in jail, and he got paroled in 2002.
Why, because he was a good boy?
I don't know if he was a good boy. He might have sucked somebody's dick to get out. I don't know, but he got paroled in 2002.
Probably
He's
boy.
out right
Probably
now.
sucked a dick to get out. That's all it takes to get out of
It's a
jail these
win-win.
days. Yeah.
There were stories about him, Jim Jones,
stories
going up to guys like in back behind the scenes, and saying, "You know, I'll fuck you in the ass if you want me to." And the
Really?
guys, like this guy doing an interview for the documentary, he was like, "No,
He goes, I'll fuck you. I'll fuck
No.
you in the ass
He goes,
if you want me to.
If you want, I'll fuck you in the ass."
Not even like you can fuck me in the ass.
Right.
Wow,
I'll fuck
that's
you in the
selfish.
ass. And the guy was like, "No, thanks." And he was like, "That's fine. Just let me know."
Wonder if he had any takers.
Well,
CNN had a 2-hour thing on it over the weekend. It was with Soledad O'Brien. She went there and had all the people
Got
on
fucking
it.
the ass.
But anyway, let
Oh,
her
it's
voice.
great to go there 30 years after the fact.
Soledad.
Wow.
We're giving her a little fucking in the ass.
He's gone. He's had it with
According to the
He just hung up.
the Wikipedia for Jones, in '73 he was arrested for soliciting a man in a movie theater bathroom known for homosexual activity.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
But this is my favorite. On at least one account exists of his sexual abuse of a male member of his congregation in front of fellow followers, and it was in order to prove the man's own homosexual tendencies.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Not his.
And they said-
Exactly. Ha! I got you.
They weren't.
How did he get his dick hard then? If he wasn't a homosexual himself, there, Danny.
Well, they don't say to what extent the abuse was.
He's that good.
So he
though.
could have got a butt finger in.
He
or
could
something.
fake it like that and get a rod and fuck someone in the ass and go, "Look, see, you're gay."
They were saying that they weren't allowed to talk to each other at all in the compound.
Wow.
But, like, once things did come up a little bit, like, one guy would say, "Yeah, he said he
Oh.
wanted to fuck me in the ass."
Yeah,
And
me
that's-
too.
The other guy is exactly
Oh,
what
it
happened.
kinda
He's
spread like wildfire.
Yeah, he fucked me in the ass. The guy's like, "You fucked me in the ass."
That wacky guy.
All right.
Why he kept those dumb glasses on? While he poked you in the shitter before he killed you and your family a few weeks later.
His hair was all gelled the whole time.
What a dick.
With Kool-Aid.
He's a dick in your ass and some cyanide in your beverage. Wow, how tempting to follow this guy. How good a sales pitch do you have to convince people to let you fuck them in the ass and then kill themselves?
I guess a smooth talker. I got a clip of a news person reporting from Jonestown 30 years ago.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen,
Wow.
goodness gracious.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, no, that's terrible.
That was
That's
fucking in the
just
ass.
Yeah.
That was a fucking in the ass. You could tell.
Let's say hi to Graham in Pennsylvania. Graham.
Hey, what's going on, you bunch of cave beasts?
Mm-hmm. Ling-a-long.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
That ain't
I heard
gonna
that shit on the
catch
other
on,
show.
I'm
I
sorry
thought it
to
was
say.
kind of funny. Well, anyways, yeah, I was calling. Jimmy was asking how cyanide works. It is a chemical asphyxiant, and it prevents your body from absorbing oxygen.
So do you suffocate or do you get knocked out?
Yeah, well, it just you end up so your cells suffocate because they can't absorb oxygen anymore.
Does it make you so you can't breathe though, or do you pass out first?
No, you can still breathe, but the cyanide actually blocks the receptors in your
Interesting. So you'd pass out. Your brain would get no oxygen. You would pass out.
Yeah, just all your cells.
Your
in
heart
body
gets
just
no
can't get
oxygen, so it stops. Your lungs,
So
everything
you
just
can't
kind of
breathe then?
stops. You could probably breathe.
Yeah, you can try to breathe, but
It's gonna go
oxygen
fast.
doesn't absorb.
How long?
I would think that would take fucking how long?
I think if you
Probably a
take
minute.
cyanide, you only have like 30 seconds to administer the antidote.
What's the
It's
antidote?
got to be injected in your heart. I think.
Chisholm.
I don't
Be
know.
funny if it was Guyanese dirt and nobody knew it.
It's all right there at their
It's all
mouths.
around you.
Yeah.
Even got some on your lip as you fall face first
I gotta
into
get
it.
back to work. Y'all have a good day.
All right, we learned about cyanide today. Wonderful.
It's funny this guy works for Excedrin.
Yeah, oops.
Tylenol, better reference.
We're getting ready to play What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show. Jim Jones was married. The congressman's aide is now a congresswoman. Larry, here we go. Ryan in New Jersey, what's up?
Yeah, hey guys. Just wanted to let you know the only guy that was ever tried was a man named Larry Layton. He went to jail in 1984 and he was paroled in 2002.
Okay.
And
how does he get paroled if he was the right-hand man?
He was convicted of conspiracy for criminal acts relating to the murders. He was never actually convicted of any murders.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey Jimmy, I went to we were in the same second grade class.
Really?
Lindenau School.
What's your name?
Ryan Mattis, Mrs. Kiersing's class.
Mrs. Kiersey, I vaguely remember. Why did you leave school there?
Why did I leave school there?
Meaning, like, we only went to second grade together.
Second grade? What do you?
Because he went on to middle
I
school.
left school. I went to medical school.
Right.
No, but what happened with third grade? I had Mrs. Hauk.
Yeah, I think I had Mrs. Was it Riker or something like that in third grade?
I don't remember.
But you lived on Fox Road, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I lived on Orange Street.
Jimmy.
Did you guys ever hang out and play Monster Rain?
Yeah.
No, that's
Did you ever suck Jimmy's little penis?
No.
Was Jimmy a weirdo in second grade?
What do you think?
No,
Yeah.
seriously. Do you got a remembrance of Jimmy as a weirdo?
Cute little boy, though.
Yeah.
He was very tussleable at that age.
I've heard. And Mrs. Osborne, do you remember the principal's name?
At the time it was Mr. Fischelli, wasn't it?
Shelley, it certainly was.
Yep.
His stepson was a friend of mine, John.
Paul Fischelli?
And he
No.
actually married my
Paul.
sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Miller.
Who did?
Really?
Mr. Fischelli.
Inter-teacher marriage. Wow.
Yeah, my last name is Hargis. Paul Hargis. Hargius. The U is silent. Hargis. Yeah, Paul Hargis.
Guys, I really enjoy the show.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Take care.
Hey, wait, dude, before you hang up, is anybody that we knew dead or all right.
Well, why don't you just go?
He is.
Let's say hi to Pat and Belmore. Pat.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yes,
Hi, Pat.
cyanide is an excruciatingly painful death.
How would you
Really?
know?
Yeah, I read stuff about when they use cyanide in gas chambers. There's also a really, really great documentary PBS did on American Experience called Jonestown: The Life and Death of the People's Church, I believe. It's interviews with a whole bunch of survivors who were involved with the cult, how they got brought into it. Really should check it out.
All right, thank you.
I want to look up this guy, Larry.
But by tomorrow, we're not even going to remember this because then it's going to be 30 years plus 1 day.
Yeah.
Today's the big day.
Yeah, I remember. I was
right, thank you,
27
sir.
when that happened. I was there, and I went around pinching fannies. I thought they was all sleeping.
Oh, my God.
All those heinies. I didn't know what to do, so I pulled down a few undershorts. I'm like, what's going on here?
Time to play. What did we learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Here comes. What did we learn? What did we learn?
What? Yes, what did we learn on the Opie and Anthony show? Let's say hi to Michael on Long Island. Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today we learned that Dan's sister takes it in the can.
Yeah, we did learn that.
Yeah.
Right. I learned that somehow, some way, Howard Stern is going to blame us for what happened in Jonestown.
Exactly. Look out.
What did we learn? Sponsored by WebEx still? Yeah. Are we holding meetings still or what?
WebEx.
Rob, Sacramento, what's going on? What did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
Well, I learned that if you want to have lots of gay sex and stop cruising movie theaters, you just start a cult.
Start a cult. Have gay sex. There you go. WebEx.com sponsors Line of the Day. Also, what did we learn? You hold the meetings, you make presentations, and you do it from the comfort of your own home.
How handy.
Or office. Check it out at WebEx.com. Let's say hi to Penis Wrinkle.
Penis Wrinkle?
The Penis Wrinkle. What's up?
Yeah, I learned that if you buy Dennis Leary's book at Amazon.com, it refers you to Jimmy Norton's I Ate Your Guts.
Thank you. It certainly
look
does.
at that. Yes.
It's like a double gift bag for Christmas. What a gift.
Where did my book go? Speaking of Dennis Leary.
What a lovely gift.
It's up on your CD player.
Oh, there it is. Why We Suck. Dennis Leary's new book. And he's got a signing today at Penn Plaza, 7:30. Where Jimmy did his. Barnes & Noble, Jimmy, down there?
No, it's the Borders at
Borders.
Penn Station, 7:30. That's
Wow.
the new Jim Norton.
That is a good tranny voice is what that
I'm
is.
using my radio voice.
That's like, what's his name, though, man? Richard Pryor's writer.
Oh, no, Paul Mooney's like that. He's like,
Paul Mooney, right?
Yeah, Paul Mooney.
I know the brother wouldn't do it.
Queen.
Oh.
Paul Mooney. Brad, West Virginia, what did we learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Hi, Brad. Welcome
Today I learned that if you get fucked in the ass, it makes you want to kill yourself.
There you go.
That's a great lesson, Brad.
Very nice.
Playing all the hits.
Let's say hi to Steve in California. Steve.
Welcome aboard, Steve.
Steve.
Hello.
Here's the nighttime grooves.
All right, Steve, you don't get a chance. Let's say hi to Clint, the trucker. Clint, what are you, my friend, hauling?
I am hauling cows today.
Ugh.
Why?
Hate passing those things. Oh, gotta get past those
Kill them and make hamburger.
Yeah.
But where the fuck do the cows need to go?
They gotta go to the slaughter plant, man.
Slaughter yard. They're just in there thinking, hey, this is a great ride.
Oh, look, I get to go somewhere.
Look, they look out the slats and go, look how fast I'm running.
Oh, time for a vacation.
This is great. Where are we all going?
Oh, I hope it's the Adirondacks.
And then they put them in the pen, and then they put them up that little chute.
Yeah.
And then a fucking bolt gun, like from No Country for Old Men, goes through their skull.
Yeah.
And then the next one steps up, and same thing.
They're slipping all over that blood.
Jimmy scares me.
Yeah, that's my new character.
Who is it? Ted what?
No. Smooth Jazzy Jim.
Oh, Smooth Jazzy Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, Smooth Jazzy Jim.
I'm playing some hits.
Yuck.
It's a little song by Cab Calloway.
Ah.
Yeah.
Smooth Jazzy Jim.
That's right here. I play jazz.
The thing I like about this is I know it probably hurts his voice so bad to do that.
You'd be surprised. It's like sucking on a lozenge.
I'll see you tomorrow. Clint, what did you learn on the show?
Smooth Jazzy Jim,
I
indeed.
learned that dead babies don't make any noise.
Hey, you did learn that.
Yes. Oh, here's the good one. Pussy Pimple from Pennsylvania.
Righto.
Is this the Pussy Pimple?
This is the Pussy Pimple.
We feel honored, sir. What did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Just don't squeeze my head. I learned that Anthony wants to kill all the little children on the plane.
Why not?
Well, we did learn that.
Well, those little
Right
rascals.
or wrong, we did learn that.
Wake you up, won't they?
Steve from Bayshore is calling you.
Take a nap.
Steve from Bayshore is calling you smooth, jazzy shim.
At least he's not calling me smooth, jizzy Jim.
That would be the line right there.
Yeah, talk like this.
Joni, what's up?
Ooh, how's Chachi? See, I'm still funny.
Yes, this is Joni.
I don't care, bitch. Talk at me.
What's up, Joni?
Hi, I would like a T-shirt if it would be possible.
Oh, a T-shirt of what?
Oh, the Opie and Anthony show.
You can have one, but do you know the phrase that pays?
Do we have a T-shirt for this broad?
She has to know the
Do we
phrase
give anything
that
away
pays.
anymore?
I don't think we have any more T-shirts.
I don't think we have chick T-shirts.
Are you willing to buy one?
I would certainly buy one, but I don't have the internet, so this is the only way I can get one.
Right, why would you in 2008?
Why don't you have the internet?
Can't afford it.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in it, believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
Why?
Fucking Laura Ingalls.
Maybe.
My throat's
You're in Nebraska.
It's kind of a
Yeah, there you
necessity
go.
in the year 2008.
It's like, let me see what the news about corn is today.
I don't give a shit about corn.
Why? You're in Nebraska.
I don't have anything to do with corn.
What do you do in Nebraska?
What do you pick out of your shit when you're bored?
I listen to the O&A show and the Ron and Fez show. That's what I do.
And that's it?
Pretty much.
How do you eat? What gives you money?
Not corn.
What?
What do you do to make a living?
What kind of job do you
Joni.
have?
Please.
How do you make money?
Please, if you will.
I'm unemployed.
And you're on unemployment? Does
Why do you
the
have a
government
robot voice?
pay you?
No unemployment.
You're with a man?
I am with a man.
I got a man.
What does he do?
What does he do?
To put food on the table.
Yeah.
He's an iron worker.
An iron worker.
That's a little rough these days.
And
He
does
used
he?
to build bridges. Remember you were talking about that the other day?
Yeah.
No, we don't remember.
And we were figuratively speaking.
Right.
Building bridges.
Me too. Me too.
So what?
Me too.
What? Why does he get mad that you don't work? I mean, get the fuck
Not
to
at
work.
all. Not at all. It's both of our agreements that I don't. Thank you.
Well, what do you do then, Shortcake?
I listen to you, Jimmy.
But I mean, but when you're not listening to me.
I listen to Ron and Fez.
All right, when you're not listening to Ron and Fez.
Replays.
Yeah, Joni, you're like emotionless. We're trying to get a little emotion out of you.
Yeah, you're like
What's
Club
going on?
Soda Joni.
I know I'm emotionless.
Why, though?
I know.
Because I live in Nebraska and all I do is listen to XM.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if we...
tell.
Do we have a T... Where's Fatso? Do we have a T-shirt for this
Jesus.
broad?
Who are you talking about?
Exactly. They're going to clunk heads running in.
Do we have a T-shirt laying around?
I don't know.
We
haven't
might
had
have some
t-shirts in
panties
a
or
while.
something.
Yeah, God forbid we.
Are you a big girl? What's...
No,
what-
not at all.
Big girl?
All right, well, if we're going to send you a T-shirt, we need what size
What size are you? About size 14.
I weigh 124. Does that help you?
If we can't find a shirt, will you take a shoebox full of duty?
Dude, come on.
No, we're serious. We'll
Yeah,
send you
we'll
duty
send that
now.
out.
In a box.
So it's Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy Duty.
In a Pro Kids box.
Just think of, you could tell your friends.
That's right. You can make little figures out of it.
You suppose if I had friends, I'd have this much time to listen to your show?
Okay, makes
wow,
sense.
this one- she's
you
right.
got no
She's-
friends. You are really you're not fun.
You're like a Stepford wife or something.
What was your nickname in high school? Morphine Drip?
Right.
Right.
We're trying to crack her.
What do you do for fun besides listen to the show?
She probably rolls a marble down into a wok.
Wow. Hold on. Holy shit.
I just thought it was such a funny, banal thing to do.
You certainly thought wrong.
I couldn't have been wronger. Wow. What does she do for fun? She has Kool-Aid and lays face down the dirt. Would have been a more humorous thought.
Yes.
And more exciting.
I watched that documentary you were talking about, and cyanide tastes like almonds. Did you know that?
I've actually heard it smells like almonds from coroners.
Mm.
Really?
Yes.
All right, what do we got for her?
We're out of shirts.
I thought that was
unfortunately.
arsenic.
cyanide.
Cyanide?
Yeah, that's why it was called the original candy was Cyanide Joy, but they figured no one would buy it.
And he makes up for his walk joke.
I love
Very
walk
good,
jokes.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna fucking throw a few more in.
Yeah, throw some walk
I'm
jokes
the walk
in.
joke king. That was my nickname before it was Jazzy, Smooth Jazzy Jim.
I like walk jokes. Look at the fat boy walk. Stupid Ewok.
Oh, Ewok. He does nothing around here, least of all walk.
See, we love the walk.
Oh, walks rule.
What do we got for Jody so we can go
Exactly.
home?
You want a table? You got some walking wall.
Well, there's no T-shirts, but I was trying to find some. I was trying to find something that would fit her. So I got a copy of
Self-inflicted gunshot wound.
I got her a copy of an autographed copy of Ralphie May's Prime Cut DVD.
All right,
It's going to be awesome.
Wait, let me see it first.
Okay.
What else we got?
I also have an autographed copy of Dom Herrera's comedy CD.
What else?
And an autographed.
We'll send you the pieces, by the way, Johnny.
An autographed.
Any articles of clothing I could wear?
Wow, she really.
Yes.
Do you have any articles of clothing? Mine are covered in blood. I've just killed my
Yes.
entire family. I need some clothing.
I also have here an autographed Louis C.K. DVD.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. That's
A strap on? Would you like a strap
that's
on?
Mencia. I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it.
All right, Jody, hold on the line.
Yeah. Do you want a hat?
No, I don't wear.
We have a walk with a chin strap.
You're good for making retard haircuts. With.
Yeah. Then you can throw it into a fucking helicopter in Apocalypse Now.
Anyone else see the irony that this woman needs the internet more than anyone else alive?
We'll give you a walk hat. Do you know where the Parker Meridian is? And then I love that guy.
He rules. Guy's the best. He's an Imperial Trooper helmet on. Hey, could you talk to Peter Cushing for us? And give a message to Lord Vader that we don't like the fact that he looked like Donald Pleasance in the fucking third one. Oh, sugar plums.
I gotta take such a piss right now.
Yeah, we're going. Joni, I don't know. We don't have shirts.
Can someone bring me towels? I spilled water by the electrical equipment.
Oh no, you put it by your book too. Your book got a
No,
little
that's right. I
damp.
know, Dennis. I get it.
Joni, you call us tomorrow. We'll try to hunt you down a shirt. I know myradiostore.com. Ziggy's Joint has them.
Yes, one.
Right, you have to have a computer for that, eh?
Hold on a minute.
If
Seriously.
you would like an Opie and Anthony T-shirt, you can call 1-866-I-NEED-XM, and they have a very wonderful variety of Opie and Anthony and Ron Fez related apparel.
Yeah. And we'll try to get you something for free, Joni. So you call us tomorrow. We just don't have any in stock.
All right.
Why would we? Why would we have stuff to give away?
Do you want a
Never work. Why would that work?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want a smooth, jazzy Jim pair of earmuffs?
I'd like a book of yours if you'd want to send me that. If you'd sign up.
All right. It's not happening.
All right, go screw. I gotta pee.
All right, Joni.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
We all took our headphones off, so if you're still talking, we don't know. Pee first. We're ending the show. Joni, you just kind of talk because people will hear you for a while, all right?
Oh, you want me to send the show out today?
Hold on. I hear mumbling. Now I got to put the headphones back on. What, Joni?
I said you want me to send the show out today?
Yeah. Why don't you, you could say whatever you want, but wait for the door to close. You'll hear the door close in the background. And then it's time for you to go and do whatever the hell you want, and as long as you want. That's how we end today, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. I'm getting up now. This is going to be your ship in a minute. Wallet in the pocket, picking up the BlackBerry. Coat is on. The toothpick thing to clean out my food pocket is in my pocket. Headphones are off. I got my signed Dennis Leary book that I have just picked up. Joni, I can't hear you anymore. I'm walking toward the door. Wait for the door to slam, and then the show's yours. Danny, have a good day. Bye. Travis, have a good day. Sam, have a good day. Hold on. Here comes the slam, Joni, if you can still hear me.
I can hear you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I hope your wedding lasts longer than most people, Opie. Jimmy, take care of those squirts. And Anthony, keep up your warm sense of humor. and your mom's box